is coming up. I think I'm going to take this pick.
You do it, Peter Blake.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. With the 26th pick in the NFL draft, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers select edge rusher from Penn State, Chop Robinson, right there.
He's good.
He is good. I could have gone with Kool-Aid. He could have gone with Nate Wiggins. He could have gone with the wide receiver. But at the end of the day, I feel like, Chop, it's a need. He has a high ceiling, Jason. I know the production isn't there, but I got to go with it.
I worry about is this JTS 2.0
syndrome. Yeah. Yeah.
Not a lot of production.
Yeah.
Not a lot of.
It reminds me of Patrick Swilling. Remember Swilling? New Orleans?
Yeah. Well, if he turns into Pat Swilling, that'd be a hell of a pick.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, if he's anything like that, and he ran a 4.46, so, and I get it, we make too much of it, but he's very athletic. You've got George Edwards there. Yeah. I've got to make the comparison. I know you guys are going to think I'm crazy. He coached with the Cowboys. He also coached a guy by the name of Micah Parsons, who's from not only his mother, but Penn State. So, for me, Todd Bowles, everybody's saying interior line. Jason Light, once again, as JC said, I've said today on the JP Peterson show, the propensity, Leo word, of Jason Light taking guys in the second or third round. You can get that value there, but Chop Robinson at 26, you got to go and you got to get. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another edition of the Evolution of Sports Talk Television. Happy draft day, draft night, and thanks a lot to the tech issues by StreamYard for not connecting to my profile. You've got to love that. Perfect timing, Facebook, perfect timing, StreamYard. But guess what? We won't let it stop us here. It's on WATB Sports. I have shared it to my wall. Go ahead and share it, of course. The Chicago Bears on the clock. How do we start off this show? As you know it, you love it, you got to have it. Bring your passion, bring your excitement. Just don't bring in nonsense. Once again, I'm your host, Peter Blake here, getting you ready for the Chicago Bears. And more than likely, they're going to select Caleb Williams. That will be the story of the night. How many quarterbacks are going to go in the first round? We'll take your comments. We'll also read your questions, as always, and get your phone calls. 727-255-0391. It's 727-255-0391. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get the man on, my co-host, handicapping extraordinaire of this show, Mr. Harry the Greek. Here we go. I know he's excited about it. A big time moment for you, being not only a Chicago Bear fan, a big moment for the NFL. 150,000 fans in Detroit tonight for this NFL draft. I mean, the NFL, with bringing this event to prime time, is really killing it. I hope they bring it to Tampa eventually. But, buddy, welcome back. We were here last night for 3 hours, over 3 hours. We're going to most likely be here for over 3 hours. Of course, all eyes will be on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers at 26. What did they do? But let's start it out there. Caleb Williams, the number one pick of the Chicago Bears. That's happening, right? Welcome to the Evolution.
First off, Peter, thank you for having me on. And, of course,
yes,
for the first and ninth picks, do not change it. It's bad luck.
Mm-hmm.
We are going blue.
You're going blue. Okay.
We're going blue.
All
for
right.
the first and the ninth picks. Don't you dare touch my my colors.
That's what you did. That's you right now. And
That's me.
All right, well, let's go to a 2-shot here because Roger Goodell is getting ready to say the Chicago Bears are on the clock.
Yeah, but you know what's really funny, Pete?
And
I think I'm a little behind you.
You may be a little bit behind me. So
Why? I just have a question because everybody knows that we do this, where it's not scripted or anything else. Why are you a little grainy?
Because I have no idea what's going on with my tech right now. It's the craziest thing. Not only did StreamYard...
Since I came in StreamYard and I came through, and I don't look grainy to you, do I?
No, you don't.
Why don't you try rebooting? Oh,
Well,
hang on.
We can't.
The first pick's coming, buddy.
I
my
love
God.
tech. I love tech. I love
I
it.
hate to tell you, I want to see Caleb Williams. I'll be happier than you know what, but I got to be honest with you, bro. You ready?
Yeah.
I'd laugh my ass off if they trade the pick and got a whole bunch of draft capital. But I really want the future Hall of Famer going to the Chicago Bears. That's right. You heard it.
I don't know what's going on with my tech right now, so you guys will have to stand by. In fact, I'm going to put you on the screen here. Let me see what's going on. Stand by. Yep.
Man, what an exciting night. Right now they're introducing all the players that are coming up in this draft. I'll tell you what, it's just going to be really cool. While Pete's trying to actually take care of his technical issues, we can sit here and talk a little bit. I really wouldn't mind actually, by the way, Sports Web fans, if you notice everything's in blue, I'll tell you why it's in blue, because the Bears have the very first pick in the draft. We're going to go to some of the comments before they actually start talking. Roger Shue says, first as usual. Roger, hope you're excited. Roger also says, Caleb Williams is my quarterback. Oh my God, another Lovey Smithing. Oh, and there's Peter.
How is it? Does it look better?
Worse.
Great.
I'm being honest.
Yeah,
it's gonna, Peter, honestly, it's gonna come in waves. It's gonna come and it's gonna go.
But this is what I don't understand about this, right? So
it's not your StreamYard. That's your internet, sir.
Yeah, well, it's definitely the internet. And on top of it, I don't even have my profile connected at this point because StreamYard decided to not connect anything right now.
Now you're clear.
Any profiles.
Now you look good, Pete. Give me a smile. Here, let me see. Let me go to Peter straight up forward. There it is.
There you go. How about that? All right. So I don't know. I honestly don't know what's going on with this. This is really starting to piss me off. I'm not going to lie. So, and yes, I did curse on air, but here it goes again. Thank you, Spectrum. Thank you, Spectrum. StreamYard, Facebook, all.
Oh, wow. They're introducing. You ready? Barry Sanders.
Yep. I see it. I'm watching it.
God, he looks great. You know what? I bet you he could still play.
I don't understand this.
I'm kidding.
Let me just get out of my internet for a minute here. Stand by.
Don't you dare do that. They're coming up with the first pick.
No, I mean, I'm trying to turn my internet off on my phone, the Wi-Fi on my phone. So.
Oh, yeah, that'll help.
I mean, I don't know. This is so odd at this point.
So while you're talking and doing that, I'm going to go through the rest of the comments while we're waiting. Roger, she says, don't hate us because we got the best quarterback in the draft. You tell him, Roger. Roger also says, number 9, Rome Odunze. I don't think they're going to take him, buddy. I really don't. I honestly think they're going to trade out of that pick. Roger says, nope, correction. Fashanu at number 9. Nah, I wouldn't mind that. Roger, she says, going to be full of surprises tonight. I think so. Roger also says, let's go, Pete. KR, what's up, KR? Thank you so much for coming on last night. You brought it hardcore, by the way. He says, second, like Washington. And Roger Shue says, don't miss first pick, Pete. Hurry up.
Yeah, well, I'm trying at this point.
BLM says tech issues.
Yep, there is big-time tech issues at this point.
But I tell you what, man, they are showing a whole bunch.
Ridiculous. This is ridiculous.
Is that Eminem?
Yeah, it was Eminem that introduced it. We got 9:50 left to go here. Goodness
we have
gracious.
9 minutes to post. Pete, why don't we go ahead and play some music and restart everything?
Well, if we restart everything, then the stream ends. I don't want to. I don't.
No. I'm talking about you.
Okay.
Okay.
So you want me to?
About you. Why don't you go ahead and go out? Why don't you go ahead and go out? I could sit here and be loquacious and talk about world hunger.
Okay. Stand by.
Oh God, I really hope Pete gets his tech issues taken care of, because to be honest with you, this is kind of weird. I'm really like all geared up watching the Bears getting ready to draft Caleb Williams. So, Tampa fans, who do you want to pick up at your pick number 26? Do you think they trade up, stay put, or do you think they're going to move back? I think it's a foregone conclusion who the Bears are going to take. Go ahead. I want to see some of the comments come out there. I'm going to go ahead and read them live on the air. Roger Shue says, really? Question mark. Roger Shue also says, pork chop Robinson. Yeah, that's a little harsh there, Roger. Recon Scout says, I used to put ketchup on my hot dogs as a kid. I ain't going for it. Not going for it. Don't tell people that, Recon. You shouldn't do that at all. Roger Shue also says, let's do this, webheads. I tell you what, that's great. Roger Shue says, you look good. You look blurry. Nah, he don't look blurry. I'm going to go ahead and bring him right back in here. Let's see what Peter looks like.
How's that?
Peter? It's better, Peter.
Okay. All right.
I'm gonna switch you around. There you go. So it's a little bit better. Not much, but it's a little better. Okay. It's gonna clear up, I'm telling you.
All right. Well, let's go ahead and drop this. Let's drop one off here. Let's drop something off. There we go. We'll drop that off. There we go. Let's see.
It got a lot better. But I'm telling you, Peter, you can add it back in. I'm gonna tell you what's gonna happen. It's gonna come back tenfold. I'm telling you. It's just now.
This right now is ridiculous. This is really pissing me off now.
You believe this? The Lightning are down 1-0.
1-0 already? Wow.
Thanks, Christopher Cole. David Mosier says, Harry, did Chicago approve the money for the new stadium? Great question. No, they haven't approved it. And I'm going to tell you right now, David, the plans look absolutely incredible. Underground parking. It's right on the lakefront. They're going to put a dome over it. There's no chance, David, they're going to go there. The Bears have already invested all that money and purchased in Arlington Park, which is right there in Arlington Heights. That's where actually they purchased it all from Churchill Downs. By the way, in the next couple of weeks, the home of the Kentucky Derby for everybody who's going to be excited to see that. Anyway, all that property out there could build a new stadium. It could get everything. I mean, it's just going to be incredible what you can see out there. They're going to Arlington, David, but that's a really good question. Roger says Pete has his first beef from tortillas today. You mean Portillo's? Oh, Jesus.
Yes, Portillo's. Go ahead and switch me around. Let's see if that'll work. All right, guys. So we're trying to work through these tech issues. This is really, there's nothing I can do about this at this point. So I don't know what's going on here. This is StreamYard and this is Spectrum.
The wife just informed me that Caleb Williams just got a phone call. They seen him pick up the phone with 6 minutes to go. Mm-hmm. I wonder what that could be. Could the Bears be trading out of this pick? Nah. That's got to be the GM of the Bears, right?
There we go. I think that's it right there. All right. I think we're good with this. We'll see if we can now. We'll try to add that back. Let's go in and try that. Let's try to add that back. There we go.
The Chicago Bears are definitely taking Caleb Williams. They're just showing him in the war room.
So that's the big time story of the night. And again, go to my wall here on Facebook. I shared it from WATB Sports because, again, StreamYard is not connecting to profiles. Thank you. I appreciate you. Thank you. Looks way better. Okay, there we go. That's what I'm looking for at this point. Sorry about that, guys. I'm just really... I'm a perfectionist when it comes to this tech stuff, and I know everything is correct because I didn't touch it all night long. We went 3 hours last night. We plan to go 3 hours, and Wi-Fi is not going to stop us along with these other stupid issues. So, let me give you this because this came out from DraftKings. 20,000 to 1 that Williams would be drafted by the Bears. It's, again, a certainty that
that's minus 20,000. That means for every 100, you'd have to lay $20,000.
Right.
Because at 20,000 to 1, Peter?
Yes.
$1,000 make us a ton of money.
Yes, absolutely. It does. All right. Let's see here. We'll read all these comments. Okay, so Lightning are down 1-0. We'll update that. Of course, we'll be focused on the draft tonight with everything else. So if you want to update us, and, of course, open phone lines, any reaction to the picks coming in, 727-255-0391. It's 727-255-0391. All right.
Pulling myself out for a second.
Okay.
Give me a minute. I'll come back in. I just look too big compared to you.
Well, that's okay. That's all right. No problem. All right. So it looks like we've got everything working as we could do here on the evolution of Sports Talk Television. as we are back tonight. Great turnout last night here live on WATB Sports and, of course, Bucs Live. And share it and like it. And if you guys do want to call in, definitely please do that. 727-255-0391. I want to know what you think about the Bucs, going. Who are they going to pick? Who do you want them to pick at 26? Is it an edge rusher? Is it an interior line? Is it a corner? Is it a wide receiver? Is it somebody that we're not talking about? Could it be a trade up? Could it be a trade down? But right now, the pick is in for the Chicago Bears, and we shall see who they select. Most likely, it's going to be Caleb Williams. And what you're hoping for if you're a Bears fan at this point, because this organization has given him every opportunity to succeed with putting the weapons around him and a Keenan Allen, and of course, DJ Moore. They are happy. They're excited in Chicago. I think it's first time they've had a number one pick since 1947. Is that correct?
Yeah, it's something ridiculous. Something absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah. So crazy stuff going on there. You have to be happy for the people.
But dude, the pick is in. This is like super exciting.
Well, here we go. And you already know who I think the pick is, but we'll see. I don't have the sound up. I know you probably have the sound up, so we'll go ahead and do our best at this point.
I'm going to be a little bit behind here, but here he is. Here comes Roger Goodell. I got to take my headphones off.
You're not that far behind here. Chicago Bears selection, Roger Goodell. I'm just reading his lips at this point because I don't have the sound on.
They just selected Caleb Williams.
And there you go. Caleb Williams is the number one pick for the Chicago Bears. To a surprise.
Oh, my God. He's got a nice shade of lipstick on.
Oh, geez. Please. No.
I'm kidding.
Nice suit going on there. A little blue suit. No,
he's rocking it, brother.
He is rocking it. It's in style. He's got the
look at him. And everybody said he didn't want to play for the Bears. Look how happy this young man is.
Yeah, I got to ask you. I mean, do you think does this finally turn around the Chicago Bears in your opinion, Harry?
Bro.
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
Are you serious?
Yes.
They finally got their quarterback, man.
Okay.
Let me tell you something. And you know what? I'm sorry, Jay. I'm sorry, Mitch. I'm sorry, Jim. I'm sorry, Sexy Rexy. You have never came into the league with an offense that looks like this.
52 total touchdowns going up.
No, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about a team that he's coming to, especially offensively.
Yeah, well.
Keenan Allen, DJ Moore, two stud tight ends.
Nobody
DeAndre
likes
Swift,
the Bears.
Khalil Herbert.
Kristen,
nobody likes the Bears.
That man right there loves the Bears. There's plenty of fans on this.
I love the Bears. I love the Bucs. I love football.
Yeah, that's it. And you could see how excited he was. The jersey a little bit small. What is that all about?
I haven't seen the jersey yet.
Small? Well, I'm looking at it right now. It looks a little small to me. What are they trying to tell?
Because he's got a big chest, bro.
Well, he's going to be tight. Is that going to be a tight jersey? Okay, maybe it looks a little small to me, but it looks a little tight to me. He's excited. He's dancing around here. He goes out, gives a bear hug to Goodell. Of course, the first one to do that was who? Gerald McCoy.
It was Gerald McCoy. He gave him a bear hug and picked him up, remember?
Yes, he did. I remember it. Absolutely.
I hope he's actually better than Gerald McCoy.
Well, some Bucs fans would definitely say Gerald McCoy.
Let me tell you something. I really like Gerald McCoy. A lot of people didn't. I really did.
And again, this front office, they've done a good job. Ryan Poles has to be happy. That's the reason why you move on from Justin Fields for a 6th-round pick. Once again, you do provide him with the weapons and a Keenan Allen, a DJ Moore, of course, a DeAndre Swift, a Cole Kmet. Now I feel like the 9 pick, and there's been talk about this, that they could move out. Could they move up? I mean, Harry, you're the guy. You have the connections with the Chicago Bears. What do you see them doing at number 9 here?
I just can't stop smiling right now.
I could say. I see the moment there, man.
Man, that's like really cool. Caleb Williams, DeAndre Swift, DJ Moore, Keenan Allen, Cole Kmet. What else do I say? What are they doing at 9? I don't care. It's unbelievable. They got their quarterback. I actually do care what they do. I would like to see them trade back because I'm telling you right now, you're going to see some hiccups coming in the next 6 or 7 picks. That's going to allow the Bears to trade back so teams can move up to get the quarterback that they want, pick up some extra draft capital, and still get a stud offensive lineman.
Yeah.
Yep. Like Troy Fautanu. I don't know how to spell the Hawaiian names. I really don't.
It's Fash. Fashino.
Yeah. And
Fashino, yes.
Futanu and Fashino and the rest of them.
All right, I want to go out to this. Can you?
By the way, did you know Fashino actually played with Caleb Williams in high school?
He did, absolutely. You're correct about that.
I just read.
I went to red.
Orange.
Yes, I went red again. I'm going to go out to this right here because this could be the next pick. And
I got to hear this. Give me 1 second. I just have to hear this. They're getting ready to interview him, and I'll come back and tell everybody what he said.
You come on back here. We'll go out to this press conference, which is from the Sports Web. We were live at the ReliaQuest Bowl interviewing Brian Kelly about Jaden Daniels. And this could be the next pick for the Washington Commanders at number 2. Here's what Kelly had to say here on the Evolution of Sports Talk Television about Mr. Daniels and what he could bring to not only a locker room, but an NFL building. Enjoy. Coach Peter Blake of the Sports Web, how much of a challenge is it to prepare without Jaden Daniels? What has he meant to your team? And furthermore, what would you tell a general manager that separates him from any other quarterback in this upcoming draft?
Well, I'd love to play with Jaden Daniels on my team. Who wouldn't? He's fun to watch. Daniels is, clearly, in my opinion, the best quarterback in the country. He has developed the ability to push the ball down the field like no one that I've coached. His quarterback savvy, his ability to manage all protections. He calls everything at the line of scrimmage, gets us in the right plays. He's going to walk into the building and he's going to command the respect of a building. And look, these are professionals. You can't walk in there and not command the respect of a building. And that's what he'll do. And I think certainly his play showed itself on film. But what they don't know about him is that he's a leader and he'll command the respect of the entire room.
All right, welcome back to the Evolution of Sports Talk Television. Brian Kelly talking about his quarterback. I mean, this certainly seems like the right choice. If you're the Commanders, you start out with a player that was a Heisman Trophy winner, 40 touchdowns, mobile, can make all the throws, and he's right there in the green room with the sunglasses on. I mean, that seems to be a trend with the young guys. And the pick is in for the Commanders. Is it Jaden Daniels? It certainly seems like it.
I'm sure it is. They just are you ready? They just showed Caleb Williams in the fans, not even with his family. He went with the Chicago Bears group, taking selfies with them and screaming, "The Bears."
What do you think Daniels brings, and how much of a guy, how tough is he going to be to defend in that NFC East with the Giants, the Cowboys, the Eagles?
Listen, if they take him, he's Lamar Jackson 2.0 with a better touch on the ball.
Yeah.
He's got better. I think he passes the ball better. I don't know how battle tested he's going to be because of his size, though, Pete. It's a little concerning. I have to be honest.
Well,
and I'll tell you what, if he was 2 inches taller and about 20 pounds heavier and ran like that,
sure.
Oh, come on, man. Now you're talking about Justin Fields type of, height and speed. Actually, he's faster than Justin Fields was.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you what, he doesn't have the arm that Lamar Jackson has, Pete, but he definitely has the touch. I would have loved to have seen what JCA had to say about him.
Well, I love to hear that, too, and we put out the link out there. So if you guys want to jump in, any of the guests want to jump in tonight,
the pick is in for the Washington Commanders.
And it certainly seems like it's going to be Daniels, and this is a wise pick. Again,
either him or Drake May, bro.
No, it's Daniels here, and this makes sense. 40 touchdowns, 10 scores also with the run, so 50 total touchdowns, and then he gets the opportunity to work with Cliff.
Here they come.
Roger Goodell. Yep, here we go.
Roger Goodell is at this podium.
All right, so we'll wait for this pick. I hate that air.
Jaden Daniels.
So there you go.
You are absolutely correct, Pete.
Yep. And again, I go.
Guess who else was correct?
Yes, you were correct.
KR.
Not KR was correct. KR wins lunch. He wins lunch. And that's why I told everybody, take advantage of that mock draft. If you're going to be a general manager and you get it right, which KR did, and KR, if you're watching, you want to come on, the link is out there. In fact, I'm going to put the link in here.
Washington just got a quarterback, buddy.
Well, they did. And I tell you right now, could it be a turnaround for this team? New ownership, of course. Lots of things to be excited about. If you're a Commanders fan, I'm really curious to hear from Kelsey Nicole Nelson up there in the DMV. We'll get her on next week and talk about it. But the excitement level there, like you said, you already got Lamar Jackson in Baltimore. Now you may have something similar, maybe even better. Who knows at the end of the day for Mr. Daniels going to the Washington Commanders, as the link is in there, KR, if you want to jump in here. But you win free lunch. That is the pick at this point.
Can you believe that?
And it says, I'm reading here, only FBS quarterback with 12,000 passing yards and 3,000 rushing yards. Say whatever you want to about the way offenses are being ran today in college football, but that's impressive to say the least.
You do understand he's the only quarterback in this draft. I'm sorry. Hold on. Of the top 5 quarterbacks that are coming out of a pro-style offense.
Right. I mean,
the only one.
Right. And again,
that's why he's the number 2 pick.
Right. He's a little bit small there. He's about 6'3", 215, so you could probably
not too small, but I'd like to see another inch on him.
Right. Yeah, you got lunch, KR, and if you want to jump in there, see the
6'3", 210 pounds. He's. I'll tell you what. He's still a kid, man. He's going to put on about 10 pounds. I'll tell you what. He's going to be a hell of a. I tell you what. Washington got it right. They actually may win a playoff game here in the next couple of years, and they haven't done that since 2005.
Yeah, I want to hear from Washington fans. What do you think about that pick? I want to hear from Bears fans. What do you think about Caleb Williams being the first overall pick? Over phone line, 727-255-0391. It's 727-255-0391. Yes, it is. As you're giving the updates right now, we'll go out to this ticker. I'm going to go ahead and update this right now. But again, talk about Daniels going to Washington. Your thoughts on that? Good pick for.
What else am I going to say? I mean, the guy ran a 4.38 40. He's got all the intangibles. He's coming out of the only pro set style of offense of the top 5 quarterbacks. He's ready to go. I'm going to tell you right now, I'd have been happy with either one of those 2 quarterbacks going to Chicago.
Yeah.
Nah.
No.
I'm messing with you. I wanted Caleb Williams.
Yeah. All right. Let's go out to the comments here. I don't want to neglect you guys tonight, so we will continue to watch along. We'll continue to talk and give our thoughts. You can see the Washington Commanders draft watch party, and this kind of reminds me, and the pick is in for the New England Patriots. It's coming fast and furious here. I got to say it is going to be, and Jim, hold off here. We'll take your call in a moment.
I still say it's Marvin Harrison Jr. I am going deep here.
I will bet you
don't bet me.
Hot dog that it is Drake May. Drake May here for the Patriots. Buddy, that's what they want.
Buddy, I'll buy you a hot dog if it is Drake May, but you got to buy me a steak if it's a Marvin Harrison, because those odds are hard.
Okay. All right. We'll take that. Let's go out. Oh, and Jim, we'll get back to you in a moment. Let's go out to the tribal troll here.
Acknowledge me.
Let's go out to Roger Shue. How you feeling, my friend? Welcome to the Evolution. Caleb Williams is your new starting quarterback of the Chicago Bears.
God bless Chicago. God bless Caleb Williams. Peter, you had your first Italian beef. Tell Harry what it was. How was it?
It was amazing.
How did you get it?
Well, Roger.
Just baptized.
Okay, we have to break him in easy.
Well, I wanted some cheese on it, but I tell you right now, it's perfect without cheese.
Slap the dog piss out of you.
What? I like cheese on the beef, but it was good. It was great.
You didn't let him do that, did you? Sacrilegious on a Chicago Bear Day like this?
No.
Okay, good. I just had to make sure.
Who's going number 3?
It was just baptized. That was it. No sweet peppers, no jardinera, no nothing.
No, he would have liked the sweet peppers on there. I'm
gonna put this down right now because I am so sure that this is happening. May is going
Marvin Harrison Jr. is not going to the Patriots.
No,
I'm saying something deep. I mean, it's too sexy to say Drake May.
Is Drake May at this point? Is this the right?
But it wouldn't surprise me if they go after the Michigan kid because they think they're getting another Tom Brady. I would laugh my ass off.
Look at May. You were high on him when he came out. His
I love Drake May.
Yep. 24 touchdowns, 9 interceptions this year. Kind of regressed whether, you didn't have his weapons. Looks like he didn't have his weapons. 38 touchdowns last year, 7 interceptions.
All right.
Peter, this first round of the draft could potentially be one of the best first rounds ever.
Wow.
Ever.
That's
how strong it is. There are going to be first round talents moving out of the first round.
Yep.
The Patriots are getting ready to select. Here we go.
Yeah, Patriots are about.
You quiet over there. You're ahead of us.
No tipping picks. All right, so here we go. Here we go. As you got a little dead air here. I hate dead air. So
Drake May just went there. Quarterback. Peter, congratulations.
3 quarterbacks. There you go.
Now, here's the question. Roger,
yes.
I got you here. Peter, I got you here.
Yes.
Does does Arizona actually take Marvin Harrison? Or do you think they trade back because someone's going to try to jump him?
If there's somebody that's going to try to get up there, we got to watch the Minnesota Vikings because
Who are they going after?
J.J. McCarthy.
Really?
Yes.
You got JJ. You got Bo Nix. He's going in the 2nd or 3rd round. By the way.
Oh no! So I feel like we're watching draft day. Bo Callahan, Bo Nix. I feel like he could go to the Denver Broncos. Minnesota could definitely be in on J.J. McCarthy.
Look at the size of this kid.
Yeah, 6'4", 223. My question is, because he didn't have the weapons, why did the touchdown to interception ratio decrease this year? It certainly seems like the weapons. I don't know. But I think he's got everything that you would want. He can make all the throws. He's got the size.
And he's got wheels.
Yep, he's got wheels. And look, New England a couple years ago drafted Mac Jones. That didn't necessarily work out. Hopefully they've learned their lesson. They've gotten away from Bill Belichick. It's now the Jared Mayo era, and you're going to have to build around this.
That's why I didn't want him. They just compared him with Jordan Love. He sucks. Good. I'm glad the Patriots got him.
Well, I think Jordan Love has played pretty well, gentlemen. Pretty well here. So, but Green Bay sucks. All right. Let's see here. Let's go out to some of these more comments. I think Washington takes Drake May. Well, Vernon, you were not right about that. We told you it was going to be Jaden Daniels, and that's exactly who it's going to be. I think the Cardinals move off of 4. Cardinals.
That's a good. So I'm asking you, are they moving?
No,
or do you think they're going to take Marvin Harrison Jr.? Do you think they're going to trade back here or no, Peter?
No. What you do is you take the best player on the board. Let's help our quarterback out. If Kyler Murray is your franchise quarterback, which it seems like he is,
what if he
why not get possibly the best player in this draft in a Marvin Harrison Jr., who's a generational talent, son of a player in Marvin Harrison himself, highly productive wide receiver for Ohio State. You finally got a number 1 wide receiver, and people are saying now Kyler Murray's got his Larry Fitzgerald. Now there's no excuse for this team and Kyler Murray and his performance to go by the wayside. So you go with Marvin Harrison Jr. at this point, and you go from there. And I think that's the right pick. I don't think you move off of this unless there's a team out there that basically knocks your socks off with multiple first-round picks or something along. And look, the Vikings have that, right? They have 11 and 23, so they could possibly move and trade up and go in that direction. But it certainly doesn't seem like that's going to happen.
So Peter,
still. Yes.
So Caleb told Bears management he wants Fashanu at number 9.
Well, we'll see if that works out. We'll see.
He played with them.
Well, and we'll see.
They played in high school together.
The Titans could be the team there. Also, the Chargers could be looking for an offensive lineman. And if they go, instead of a wide receiver, if they go for a Joe Alt, Fashanu is on the board there for the Titans at 7. That's where you kind of worry. After that, I think you're pretty good. I think you may be able to get him at 9 if you sit there. So we'll see how this works out. But still,
I'm going to let you guys go. You
got to stay on here, buddy. You got to keep talking.
Call back at 9, all right? Before 9.
Yep.
All right. Jim, if you want to call back, because I know you just called back. You had something
or Banner. Or any of all the web heads out there in the Greek guides. Make sure you call in.
This is fun. We finally got Wi-Fi going here. Sorry about that. It happens sometimes. I don't know. It's so weird. And I got the message from StreamYard basically saying in so many words, you cannot go live on your profile because we're not connecting. And by the way, what is the score of the Lightning game? Because it looks like
I believe it's 2-1, and I will double check for you right now.
Well, Stamkos has just scored. That's his 3rd straight game. Tell you what, let's go out to.
Damn it, Jim! What the hell is the matter with you?
It's 2-2. Florida just tied the game up.
Cardinals pick in. Who's Cardinals gonna get? Got a quarterback.
Marvin Harrison Jr.
We're going to Marvin Harrison Jr.
They already got a quarterback.
Who you got, Greek? You got the same?
One more time, sir. No, I actually had. I have them trading out of the pick. I'm going to be honest with you. I think someone's going to jump up there and grab them.
Well, they say their pick is in, so.
saying Cardinals.
Well, you know what? Then I'm
Cardinals
going to tell you right now. Then they are going to take Marvin Harrison.
You
Jr.
have to, guys. You have to. Don't complicate this thing. Don't complicate it any more than
Marvin Harrison got to get out there. Top. What is it going to be? Top 4?
Yeah. I mean, you know, what is it? Paralysis by analysis. I mean, he's the best.
Paralysis by analysis.
Yes, you
That's
like
a good one. Good.
Thank you. You know, look, you have the top wide receiver in the draft. You're trying to help your quarterback out. He's coming off an injury.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Yep.
The pick is coming in. I will announce the pick because you guys are ahead of me.
Right.
That's the way we roll.
I know it.
Do not say anything.
We will wait. Roger Goodell making the long walk there. Here we go.
Marvin Harrison Jr.
Makes sense. 4 for 4 here, guys. 4 for 4.
Yeah.
Not bad.
Bro, you should see this sports jacket he's wearing.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's clean.
Yeah.
He's tight. He looks tight in that, man. That's good.
Yep. Looks good. He's happy about it.
He looks like his father does, but I understand his father couldn't hold his jock strap.
Didn't have the hair. Marvin had his hair. He doesn't have his son's hair. His hair.
Hi, Bandit. Are you excited about the
there you
Caleb Williams?
So
I
there
won't
you
do
go.
it, Jamie.
Marvin Harrison Jr., 6'3", 209 pounds. Going to the Arizona Cardinals. A lot of people saying Larry Fitzgerald. Is that what you see with him when you watch him on tape?
Better.
Yeah.
Wow. That's saying something. Because I think listen, guys, I think Fitzgerald is definitely a Hall of Famer at this point. And if you can get that out of Harrison Jr., then you definitely struck gold there with this pick. So I like it a lot.
So how tall is Marvin Harrison Jr.?
6'3".
6'3"?
Yep.
Yeah, he's tall.
Yep.
So yeah.
Yep. So there you go. Anything else, Jim?
Is he 200 pounds or is he 100?
Oh no, he's not 100. He's
210, 208, 210. I think he's up there.
He's good physical. Good physical characteristic. Didn't run too slow. Yeah, he's a big wide receiver. Can get positioning. They're showing it right now. You know, man-on-man coverage. He's got a little bit of quickness. Again, you know, body positioning. You know, some of that 40 time is really overrated. It's all about positioning your body. That's exactly what he can do. Ask Mike Evans. Not a speed burner, but can get that separation. That's what it's about when you have a wide receiver in the National Football League. You're going to have to do that because college is going to be different, and the transition is going to be everybody's running a 4-3 or 4-4. So we're going to see, and they're saying like father, like son. This is so freaking cool.
I'm going to do something I never do, Peter.
What's up?
I am going to recite something from one of the pundits. I can't help myself. We're going to go through the 4 picks for you, if you don't mind. Chicago Bears, everybody knows they selected Caleb Williams. Pete Prisco says, they say he's a generational, and he might be, but there are some concerns. I like his game, but I would have taken Jaden Daniels. Only time will tell, Pete Prisco. At number 2, Jaden Daniels. I love this pick. And by the way, they gave him an A-. It says, I love this pick. It's a great situation for a rookie. The team has a new owner, coach, and now quarterback. They can grow together. He will be the best quarterback in this draft class. And they gave him an A. The New England Patriots took Drake May. He might need some time on the bench, which you and I both know, guys. You ain't getting no bench time at the number 3 pick.
No.
It's a good starting quarterback in this league. He just needs to fine-tune a few mechanical things. The Patriots had to get a quarterback. Pete Prisco gave him a B. Marvin Harrison Jr. He has the tools to be a star receiver in this league. The Cardinals had to get a receiver, so it works. He will be a big-time playmaker in their offense. I think Malik Neighbors would have been better, but it's close. Pete Prisco just gave the best player in the draft a B+. This, ladies and gentlemen, is the exact reason why I do not pay attention to morons that are out there that know zero about football. Are you kidding me? You just gave the Cardinals a B+ for taking the best receiver and possibly the best player in this draft.
Yeah.
He's also saying right now the best fits for the Los Angeles Chargers are going to be Malik Neighbors, Alohi, whatever it is, Fashanu, the offensive tackle from Penn State, and Joe Walt out of Notre Dame.
Yep. Well, and right now we don't have.
Doesn't that really go to show you this? I mean, really?
Yeah.
You just gave somebody. You just gave the Arizona Cardinals a B grade.
All right, Tim. What else do you have to say here? What do you want for the Bucs at 26?
You said what? I'm sorry.
What would you like to see the Bucs do at
26?
26? Yeah.
I hope we get start off with one of them edge rusher or offensive lineman like y'all been
offensive lineman.
Okay.
Keep preach on, brother. Offensive lineman. We want that. We want that good juju out there.
I'll take a center.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
All right.
I wish they reincarnated Ryan Jensen.
A lot of people believe that Jackson powers Johnson, but there's some red flags.
He's not Jensen. He's good, but he ain't Ryan. Ryan Jensen's generational center, man. Are you kidding me? He single-handedly made average. I'm going to tell you right now, average tackle on the left side and an average left guard look like Pro Bowlers. Yes, I said that about Donovan. The human turnstile.
The human turnstile. All right, Jim. Appreciate the call as always.
I'll call you back later.
Yeah, sounds good. Definitely do that. Open phone lines if you want to call in. 727-255-0391. It's 727-255-0391. So to recap here, Caleb Williams, number 1, of course, to the Chicago Bears. Washington Commanders tapped Jaden Daniels as their future franchise quarterback.
Nuts, and so was KR.
Yeah. Yep. KR got it. That pick, the New England Patriots go with Drake May. And Arizona goes with Marvin Harrison Jr. So now what do the Chargers do? Do they go wide receiver because they had losses there with Keenan Allen being traded to the Bears, Mike Williams?
They need a wide receiver. Malik Neighbors is sitting right there for him. But this is Jim Harbaugh, man.
Yeah.
Jim Harbaugh loves to run a football, but he loves to protect that quarterback. Come on, man. How do you not take the kid from Penn State or the kid from Notre Dame here? You have to do it. That's just my opinion. If you want to protect your quarterback, you're going to have to do it. But don't be surprised. You might see a trade here.
Well,
you might see a trade. You know why?
Could this be
Can
where
I tell you why?
Sure, go for it.
Because Minnesota is really, really hot and heavy over Justin Herbert.
Well, I don't think Justin Herbert. I think they would, if they're going to trade up here, it would be for the rights to J.J. McCarthy. And they have the 2 first-round picks to do that at 11 and 23. So would the Chargers be tempted by that, or do you go with the best offensive lineman here in a Joe Alt?
I'm saying they're going to go offensive line. That's just my own personal opinion.
Too. And I will say
that's merely because it's Jim Harbaugh, but they need to replace that wide receiver. I don't think you're going to find those, buddy, this big 3, they're literally can't miss prospects.
Agree. No,
God willing, they stay healthy.
Chargers pick is in. My prediction, Joe Alt from Notre Dame. Let's see if this works out. And I'm not ahead of you guys at this point.
I'm going to say it's him too.
All right, so let's go out to some of these comments here. Dave, Atlanta taking an edge rusher, or do they take Bowers with a surprise? Look, if the Atlanta Falcons go with offense, they deserve everything they get. You either got to draft an offensive lineman or an edge guy. They have passed on defensive players the last couple of years. It has hurt their defense. If Dallas Turner or even Jared Verse is on the board, you've got to tab one of those players. Let's go out to Michael Hulk here. Hey, gentlemen, haven't checked in a while, but
Michael,
need a center. Very important. Ryan's loss was a huge hit, even with Brady at the helm. Saw that. Can I get an LFG? Absolutely. Let's go out to Cornell. Hey, Peter Blake, what's going on, guys?
I'm chopped liver.
Well,
I'm kidding.
Well, listen, here's the thing. If you guys don't see me on the profile, I shared from WATB Sports. There is some tech issues with StreamYard tonight, so we're not able to share to our profile. So we'll see if we can get that up and running. But thanks a lot for tuning in. If you didn't get it,
what do you think you're going to do, Pete?
Joe Alt here, offensive lineman from Notre Dame.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, hey, you got a question or a comment for the Greek and Pete? Make sure you post it.
Love it.
Make sure you post it. We're going to read it live, or you can call us at 727-255-0391. That's 727-255-0391. I don't want to hear that you're eating, Travis. Get your ass off the couch and call us.
Yep.
Give us a call. We want to hear your listen. Look at this excuse. I love this. Travis Farley says, call soon. Eating. Really?
Yeah.
Really? Oh, my God. I think they're going offensive lineman, Pete.
I think you are, too. I definitely think you are at this point. So.
There's Cornell. There's my buddy. Fire. Right, giving me fire. Look at that degree.
Pick is in. Here we go.
Here comes Roger.
It's Joe Alt at this point. That's my prediction. I go 4 for 4 here. I go 5 for 5. Here we go. Yes, we're covering the whole first round.
Hang on. Joe Alt.
Boom, baby. 5 for 5. Boom. That's what I'm talking about. Yep. And listen, that makes sense. And you're exactly right. This is how you build a football team. You protect your quarterback. You get the best offensive lineman in the league.
They're going to still run the football.
Yep.
They're going to be able to protect him. You got the best offensive lineman in the draft, but man, almighty sakes, they've got to get a wide receiver.
Well, and look,
my Lord.
The wide receivers in this draft, and it's a good one, they may think that they can get a Brian Thomas Jr. Later on. They may think they can get a Keon Coleman from Florida State or some other guys out there that are going to be in this draft because there is such a run on quarterbacks, because there is such a run on offensive linemen, and that's what you're going to see here the next couple picks. Now, Tennessee is on the clock. I look at them and I say an offensive lineman
Tennessee?
here.
No, the New York Giants are on the clock.
You're right. The Giants are on the clock.
Yeah.
So this is where.
And Harry, can I please go ahead and repeat something?
Sure.
Remember when I was telling you about pundits like Preet Prisco? What do you think his best fits are? Malik Neighbors, Quinnen Mitchell, and Rome Odunze. What?
Yeah.
Isn't like the glaring
and I apologize. The Giants are on the board. I was jumping.
No, really. Isn't the elephant in the room? Aren't they supposed to be picking a quarterback here?
Yeah.
But you're telling me that Malik Neighbors, Rome Odunze, and Quinnen Mitchell is who they should draft.
Well, there has been talk that they love J.J. McCarthy and they want to go with him, but I agree with you. Malik Neighbors is on the board. That's your guy. If Odunze from Washington is your guy at wide receiver for the Giants, that's who you go with.
Let me tell you something. If they don't get Neighbors or Rome Odunze, guess who's falling down to number 9?
You're exactly right.
I'm telling you now, I don't want. Listen. I would be elated if they got one of those stud wide receivers to pair up with what they currently have. But don't you really need to draft a center or an offensive tackle there? I mean,
the Giants?
No, the Bears.
The
Giants are taking a quarterback here. They got to take a quarterback here. They have to.
And I disagree. I think they go with wide receiver. I think you've got a lot invested in Daniel Jones, and I think you go with the best.
And he's proven he's
Remember what their organization has said about Jones, right? They have failed this kid. Well, how do you help out a kid? Not only you draft an offensive line, which they've done that throughout the years, but on top of that, you get the best wide receiver in the draft in the Neighbors, and who, by the way, the comparisons are out there. Deebo Samuel, as fast as Tyreek Hill. He's got the physicality of Samuel, which, by the way, rumors are that he could be on the trading block. Brandon Ayuk could be on the trading block. So San Francisco
is going to be moving some pieces around. They could be in trouble.
Yeah, absolutely. But San Francisco, and the pick is in. I think this is easy at this point, unless you're right.
You don't think they're going to take a quarterback?
I think they're going to go with the best wide receiver on the board at this point, Malik Neighbors, unless it's a Odunze from. And what is Schefter saying at this point?
Let me tell you something. I like Odunze, okay? I really do. But if they don't take Malik Neighbors here the next couple of picks and they fall to Chicago, forget about what I said with the tackle. I'll take Malik.
I think you take Malik Neighbors. SEC competition.
You trade back. You pick up some draft capital.
Yeah, I think you got to help Daniel Jones out. You sign him to that contract. You're committed to him. I get it. He had a big-time injury. He hasn't been consistent enough. But like this organization has said over and over again, Greek, they have failed this kid because they have not put the weapons around him. That's J.J. McCarthy. So maybe McCarthy at this point. It may be.
Travis Farley says, I love the pick for the Chargers. Let's hope Tennessee takes the tackle. Vernon says New York. Tom Banner says Harbaugh won in Frisco in the trenches.
Yep.
They had Kaepernick and won and he sucked. Good comment. Joe Sutton, Joe Alt. Roger Shue says Odunze at number 9. Who knows?
Well, if Malik Neighbors doesn't get picked here, is he in consideration for the Bears at 9? Because I don't think Tennessee's going to take him. Do you?
No. Cornell says Giants too slow to get a good quarterback. I think they're going.
Atlanta's not going to take him.
No. Travis says let's hope they trade the pick. You know what would be hilarious?
What's up?
If Atlanta drafted a quarterback. That would just absolutely blow my mind. I'd laugh my ass off because
typical,
they're a horrible organization right now.
That is a typical.
Hey, here's the pick.
Here it is. It's got to be Neighbors here, doesn't it? Is it Neighbors or McCarthy, guys? Who is it?
Malik Neighbors.
Boom, baby. I told you, 6 for 6.
Wow, they just got a really good wide receiver. And you know what? I love the bling that he's got. It says Leak. He's going to fit in really well in New York.
Paralysis by analysis. Don't confuse this. Don't make this more difficult than it is. You get one of the best wide receivers in the draft. You put him around Daniel Jones. You have the offensive line. Again, I keep on going back to this. The organization said a couple years ago, we have failed Daniel Jones. Well, tonight, I definitely think you're making up for it. There you go with Neighbors. 2. The New York Football Giants, 6 foot 199, but
they didn't address the quarterback position.
They did not. 6 for 6. Can I get even more here? Will I
Are you looking at the magic phone like JCA does?
I'm not. I am definitely not. I have this written down on my end, and yes, sure. I do, man.
Sure.
I do. I love this draft thing. I've been watching the draft since I was 8 years old. So when people go, how can you go 3 hours at a time? I love this. If you give me the choice to talk NFL draft all night long, I'll freaking talk NFL draft until your ears bleed.
I guess I'm the idiot because Pete Prisco was right.
Well, I don't think you're an idiot. I think it's a good throw.
No, it's okay. I'm an idiot for one pick.
No, you're not an idiot at all. I mean, everybody has a differing opinion about this. This is why the draft is so suspenseful, because you would think that maybe they do address that quarterback situation, but all those rumors about liking McCarthy, it's all nonsense. It's all misinformation. It's all smoke. Look at the tape. Tape doesn't lie. We always say it, right? Women lie, men lie, but tape doesn't lie. And that tape right there is not lying.
My wife just gave me a dirty look when you said that.
I'm just saying.
That wasn't me. That was Peter.
I'm just saying. Oh,
he said women lie. That was nothing to do with me. Peter said that you lied.
I said men lie too.
No, he said that you lied. You're a horrible liar. Wow, you're in
Settle
shit.
down. Look at that. Settle down, Chalky. All right. Well, thank you, Travis. I appreciate you. Travis Faley there with a hot take. And they're comparing this.
Hang on. Let me. Can you lean up against the wall, please, so I can pat your back? There you go. No, the other wall, dummy.
Oh, okay.
There you go. Oh, yeah, there you go.
All right, thank you very much. 6 for 6 here.
Dude, you should see the necklace that he has on.
Oh, I know.
And now he's opening up. You got to be kidding me.
So who do you go if you're Tennessee? Do you go with Fashanu here from Penn State as the offensive tackle? You have the Will Levis era. Yeah, I didn't like the quarterback. You did. I didn't like him specifically.
They're going Fashanu.
I think you got to go here. That's the way you got to go if you're the Titans. And again, we keep on going back.
You know what? I'm not going to discredit. Quentin Mitchell could go here too.
The corner?
Yeah, from Toledo. This kid's a real stud.
You could go multiple positions, right?
This kid is a real stud.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of who their wide receiver is for Tennessee. I don't think they're going wide receiver here, though. I don't think they're doing that at all. So let's see here. Let's go out to Dave. New York is stuck with Daniels and that crap contract for 1 or 2 more years. Daniels
get out of it.
Yeah. Harbaugh will draft Corum in the 2nd or 3rd if he's available. Absolutely. And he just gets it. That's the reason why I like that move of Jim Harbaugh as the coach, because he understands how you build a football team. You build it within the interior lines. They need to pass it on to the Atlanta Falcons. They need to pass it on to the finesse teams like out there.
Give me 1 minute.
Yes, absolutely. All right, so let's go ahead and recap here as I've gone 6 for 6 so far. Pretty easy. Caleb Williams to Chicago. Commanders, Jaden Daniels. New England, Drake May. Arizona Cardinals, Marvin Harrison Jr. The Chargers, Joel Alt. The Giants, Malik Neighbors. Tennessee here, I think they go with Fashanu, I believe that's how you say it. Fashanu from Penn State here, the offensive tackle, which would make sense. Let's go out to Mr. Tom Banner. Chicago media saying Adunzier is all but a done deal.
I tell you what, Banner, I hope he's not. I hope he's a done deal after. I don't know if he makes it.
You're you the king, Peter H. Blake. Love it. Love it. All right, let's go.
The Greeks chop liver again.
Let's go out to Travis Straley.
The pick is in.
Entertainment as the pick is in for the Titans as we await. But I know you're excited tonight, my friend. The Chicago connection in full effect with Harry the Greek and, of course, Travis. Your general thoughts of Caleb Williams there being the number 1 overall pick. Welcome to the Evolution.
Hey, I don't want to talk about that right now. This Tennessee pick is huge right here, guys. And
yeah,
too. If they take the offensive lineman, Atlanta goes hopefully with Dallas, and then the Bears take a Dunze, right, Harry?
Yes.
Yes and no. If that happens, okay, and a Dunze still available, they still need quarterbacks sitting behind them. Don't forget, Minnesota needs a quarterback. Chicago probably won't trade with them unless it's for J.J. McCarthy, and I implore them to do that. But don't forget that the Denver Broncos and guess who? The Raiders. You can still get one of those premier players and pick up draft picks. I'm telling you, bro, move out of that pick.
Well, I mean,
do not take Rome at that pick. If you're going to take a pick up an offensive lineman because you can move back 2 or 3 spots, maybe even 4, and still get a top tier player and pick up more draft capital.
I mean, it's certainly possible at this point. I mean, if you're Chicago, yeah, go ahead. Travis,
Rome was practicing with the Bears this week with Caleb. I don't know if it's this week, but he was practicing with Caleb and with DJ. And I just like the fit. I think it would be perfect, especially Keenan Allen can't stay healthy.
So when do you go? When do you go get an offensive lineman? Because damn it, they need one.
I think
that's what I'm talking about. They need a center guard.
Yeah, I agree because Nate Davis sucked last year.
Yep.
So, I don't know, Harry. You like the shiny toy and a Dune.
I like the shiny toy, but I like the unsexy pick. Give me that big, 320-pound. Give me that kid Troy Fautanu, who's gonna be available at 12. The offensive tackle out of Washington. He's an absolute mauler. And you pick up the draft capital. Come on, man, you got to do it.
I completely agree.
Well,
Harry, you know how it is. You know how teams are built from the inside out, and they've had problems with that offensive line for a while now. They really need a true center, and let's hope they can get one somewhere later on in the draft. And they might be able to do that if they move back from 9 to, like you're saying, 12. But I just can't see Denver. Denver doesn't really have the draft.
What if someone doesn't take Fashanu in the next 2 picks?
Titans take him right here, I bet.
No, but I'm saying, what if the Titans don't do it? Don't be surprised they don't go Quentin Mitchell here.
A corner would be such a mistake because, again, you got Will Levis there, even though he eats mayonnaise with his coffee, which is the stupidest, dumbass thing I've ever heard in my life, and I would never do it. And anybody who does that.
You put mayonnaise on your fries. I've seen
Bro,
it.
I do not put mayonnaise on my fries. There's only 2 things I put on my fries.
It was either mayonnaise
ketchup
or mustard.
10 minutes ketchup. By the way, Travis, hold on, Peter.
Yes.
Travis, Peter went to Portillo's today.
It was great.
For the first time, we talked about it earlier.
Correct. And he had a beef sandwich. They started him out easy. They gave it to him baptized. No jardiniere. No sweet. And then Peter says, that would have been much better with cheese. Really?
I like some cheese.
I talked to Pete about this because every time I go to Portillo's, the unrecuperable plug right here, I get the beef wet, I get the cheese, I get the hot cheese on the side.
Listen, hold on. This comment right here is stupid. Mayonnaise and coffee equivalent to ketchup and
hang on. Mix in.
It's not.
And he's not stupid. Quiet.
No, come on, that's a stupid comment.
There's radio and internet silence.
J.C. Latham. Okay. The Tennessee Titans just took J.C. Latham. Bro, if they don't get this tackle in the next pick, the Bears are sitting at 9. They will take him. Book it, Dano.
Well, hold on a sec here. You said book it, Dano?
Harry, how about this, Harry?
Book him, Dano.
How about the Bears tell the Jets that they're going to take Bowers, and the Jets come off a draft pick for next year to move up 1 spot to grab Bowers, or the Bears.
I'm surprised by this pick because I thought Fashanu would be the pick here.
I'm telling you, man, someone's trying to come up.
Hey, Pete, you didn't get 7 for 7.
No, I didn't.
Automatic backpack.
Hey, bro, this
I'm done.
This cat right here looks tight. Look at that jacket.
Yep. And he's
he's wearing my house around his neck.
I don't think you should say that about any man, by the way, there, Harry.
Yeah, man, it looks good.
It looks tight.
It's tight, man. He's looking good.
He looks tight. 6'6", 360. He's got athleticism, can play the right tackle spot. More than likely, he will come in and transition into the right tackle spot.
Oh, he picked him up, and he's going to throw Goodell.
It's a monster. He is a monster, and he has athleticism. It's not like he's
Roger Goodell don't need to go to a chiropractor for the next month.
No, not at all, huh?
Nope.
All right, look at this guy.
So, Harry, you're saying go out and get the tackle from Fashino from Washington if he's available, right? At 9?
Picks in for Atlanta. If they don't get, oh my God.
Dude,
oh my God.
Dude, they're going after Turner, man.
Well, it's got. Is
Who's
it
that
Dallas
guy?
Turner here? Is it Jared Verse? Look at that. Oh my gosh, I see what you're talking about. He definitely squeezed Roger Goodell the life out of him, and I think there's a lot of fans out there that like to see the life being squeezed out of
No,
him.
they want to see him pick him up by the crotch and WWE his ass right into the stands. Bro, I'm still waiting for it. That would be tight.
I'm surprised by that pick, but I did have the position of offensive tackle, but I'm surprised that it's him this early because there was talk he would go.
I talked
mid.
about this in depth
Mm-hmm.
yesterday, that there was going to be some weird picks. Well, that was the first, not weird. That was
Right.
the first wrench that was really thrown. And
Well,
that just
what's the
gave.
one-
Because there hasn't been a trade
If
yet
you're
either, so-
listen, if you're Raheem Morris here, because Raheem Morris is the new coach, you have, of course, Arthur Blank. There was a lot of talk about Bill Belichick going there. They hire Raheem Morris. You got Kirk Cousins. Do you go with an offensive tackle here? Because very questionable offensive line. Kirk
If they
Cousins
don't take an offensive tackle here,
or an edge.
I
Do
am
you
telling
edge?
you now, you are right. Chicago's getting ready to pull on one of the best fleece jobs you've ever seen. Hey, Jets, we're going to take Dallas Turner. Hey, Minnesota, you need somebody? Hey, Raiders, you want to move up? I mean, they're going to get the player that they want. Either one of the three. This is like a dream come true, guys.
This is so much fun here. And Leo Haggerty about to tune in here. So let's go ahead.
I mean, book it, Dano.
Well, book it, Dano.
Book him, Dano.
And let's go out to this guy right here. Let's get his
This is-
music on. Hold on. In fact, let's wait for the pick, and then we'll get out to Leo. Stand by here. We got Travis on the line. Travis Feely of Rocket Sports and Entertainment. Very quick selection by the Falcons. It's like they ran to the podium knowing who it is. Who is
Well,
it?
we know they're not taking Brock. They're not taking Brock Bowers. That's for sure.
You're taking offensive lineman here.
What?
Or
This is Atlanta we're talking
you're
about, guys,
showing
okay?
J.J. McCarthy.
Who?
They're showing J.J.
They're showing J.J. McCarthy dropping in the draft.
Well, I think he goes to Minnesota here, guys.
I told you, I'm hoping he goes to Minnesota,
He
but I'm
goes to
telling you
Minnesota
now,
at 11.
if he doesn't go to Minnesota, okay, I'm telling you now, if he doesn't go to Minnesota, he's falling out of the first round.
Michael Penix Jr. right there with the sunglasses. That's been the thing we've seen all night long with the prospects. I guess it's sunny out there somewhere, or they're just styling.
The pick is in.
This is going down into the Satan spiral here with this conversation.
I'm
Pete.
telling
I'm
you,
gonna
gotta
pull
love
back.
it.
Satan spiral.
Okay, so did somebody, guys? Please don't take the picks.
That's a
Don't-
new one here.
Is
You
it
can- you can-
Penix
you can
Jr.? Is that
file
where
that
they're
from me.
going? Are you guys serious? Did they go Penix
They're
Jr.?
not going Penix Jr. no
Somebody,
way.
Vernon, are you guys?
Bro,
Vernon,
if they
don't
go with
take the
Penix
pick.
Jr. here, I'm going to laugh
Uh,
hysterically.
I would
And
say,
do a
have to
little
say you
dance,
go with
Harry.
Dallas Turner or you go with an offensive lineman. But this is
The
Atlanta.
Bears, if they take Penix Jr. here and all these players are available,
This is
the
Atlanta.
Bears can move
Yeah,
down
you gotta
twice.
trade back.
This is Atlanta.
You got to move down twice. You gotta move down
I
at least
don't. I
once.
don't quite understand this. If this is Penix, I think did Vernon tip the pick here? Vernon, you better stop. They're
There's
just
no
talking about
way
it.
they're taking Penix
Yeah,
here
Dallas.
with
It's
Kirk
got to
Cousins.
be Dallas Turner, an offensive lineman. If you're Atlanta, we'll go out to Leo in a
You
moment.
know what?
Yeah,
And that
that's
would make
fine.
sense.
That'd be
If
Dallas.
they did take Michael Penix Jr., then they anticipate that the guy's going to sit on the bench for the next year.
I mean, okay,
can't do
but
that,
you just
though.
got Kirk.
can't
I
do it
know.
like that.
Coming
Top
off a
10
major
pick.
injury. You paid him over $100 million. You either got to protect him or you got to get after the quarterback here. It's Turner.
I see Roger Goodell walking
Here we
sideways.
go. Here we go, and we will get out to Leo in a moment. We'll again be joined by Travis Feely of Rocket Sports and Entertainment as the Chicago Bears pick is coming up after.
Oh yeah, here
Falcons.
we go.
So here we
Here
go. And Roger Shue is saying Penix. Is it Penix?
No way. Roger's
Guys, stop
crazy.
tipping.
Oh my God, they took Michael Penix Jr.
I'm not listen.
Hold on. Michael Penix Jr. just went to the Atlanta Falcons, and they have who? Who did they just sign as a quarterback?
Kirk Cousins.
Oh, yeah. I'm sorry. No introduction is needed. No introduction is needed. I got to have it. I'm so sorry.
Come to me, Peter.
Yep.
Come
All
to
right.
me.
I'm already here.
Let me get the music on. There we go.
Nobody saw that coming.
All right, Leo Haggerty, the legend himself. I mean, St. Petersburg, Florida right now is buzzing. It's because Michael Penix Jr. has gone to the division rival Atlanta Falcons. How shocked are you by this pick? We talked about it. He's up there in age, multiple injuries, but to me, at the end of the day, he could turn out to be the best quarterback. Is this the right pick for the Falcons? Getting an injured Kirk Cousins when you have possibly one of the best offensive linemen on the board. You have edge, but this is perfect for Bucs fans because quarterbacks are going early, and that means all
Bucs fans. That's still 15 picks away or whatever. How about the next pick? I'm telling you, this is prime example. The Bears can move one spot back.
Harry, there's no way they don't trade off the 9 now. There's 3-4 guys that as long as they only move back to 12, there's literally 3 or 4 guys. You can take Dallas.
That's what I was talking about. But can you imagine?
Guys, let me jump in and tell you what's happening here.
Yep.
Tell me.
There's the pass you just saw, Harry, is the one we were talking about. That missile he threw it against Texas. Atlanta looked at their board and they saw Michael Penix probably at 2. And remember, there's still some problems with the Cousins with the NFL. We don't know what that's going to be. The pick is in,
by the way. But go ahead.
We don't know what that penalty is going to be.
Yeah.
But think about this now.
They ran to the.
They can sit Michael Penix for a year.
Yes, they can.
Doesn't have to play a down
and learn.
To me, they got the best quarterback in the draft, and they can protect him.
Yep.
They don't have to throw him out to the wolves.
Harry.
What'd you say?
For 2 years, though, Leo. I mean, what are you going to pay Cousins all that money for 1 year?
Yeah, that's 1 or 2. Because then you can
2 years.
Guys, don't stop tipping the picks here. Please don't tip the picks. We want to kind of announce it for you. I understand you guys are excited about it, but let's go ahead and let's.
Oh, by the way, yeah, Harry, they're not going to trade. The Bears aren't going to trade out because they're going to force the Bears to take this pick simply because they're going, hey, we're not going to give them any more draft capital.
I would love to see them trade out of the pick. I mean, everybody's wanting Rome Odunze. I wouldn't mind having him, but I'm telling you, you still got one of the best offensive linemen left on the board. You trade back 1 spot or even 2 spots, you're getting them. But it wouldn't kill me to see Rome as a Chicago Bear. Dallas Turner, do not need him right now. Jared Verse is probably the Bears are looking at as well. But I'm telling you, they need an offensive lineman here. But don't be surprised if they stay in the pick. They get probably, arguably, the second best wide receiver in this draft.
Wow.
I'll tell you what, Harry. I may say the best because
he could be.
Yeah, you can throw a blanket over Neighbors, Harrison, and Azuna. You can throw a blanket over them. That's how close they are in terms of what they can do. And Peter, I texted you today, and what did I say? By 21. There'll be 10 quarterbacks and wide receivers off the board by 21.
You're exactly right. And the over-under here, Harry, was 4.5. It looks like we're going to go over here because McCarthy looks like he's going to go to the Vikings. Do the Raiders get desperate now?
Well, hey,
here he is.
Not even make it to the Vikings, guys. Remember,
I'm out. Picks in.
You got Denver that's got a pick.
Pick is in, and here comes Roger. Go ahead and speak, Roger. Give it to me.
Bo next to the Broncos. All right, let's go out to the Bears here. Let's see what they got. It looks like it's Rome. Roger, I told you.
Rome Odunze just went to the Chicago Bears.
The pick.
Oh, my God.
All right, there you go.
That's a great pick by the Bears, and a lot of times you can't say that, can you?
Wow, it worked.
No.
It worked.
No.
Wow.
You got – go ahead, Peter. Amuse me. I like to hear it out loud. Who do the Bears have as wide receivers and tight ends, running backs, and quarterbacks?
DJ Moore, DeAndre Swift, Cole Kmet, and now Rome Odunze.
And who was the other tight end they got from the Chargers also?
Oh, Gerald Everett. Yes.
Oh, yeah. I'm just saying. Oh, Lord have mercy. And by the way, their backup running back is a guy by the name of Khalil Herbert. Anybody ever hear of him?
Yeah.
Leo, do we have a problem?
It's a shame, Harry, they don't have a quarterback, though.
Well.
Yeah, they got a quarterback.
No, they don't, Harry.
Oh, yes,
we're going to find that out.
You're going to find that out real quick.
No, they think they got a quarterback.
There you go. New York trades the pick to Minnesota. So Minnesota prediction, J.J. McCarthy, put it down. This is what's going to happen. This is where you're going right now. It's going to be J.J. McCarthy out.
Why didn't the Bears do that and move back 2 spots?
Yep. Because no one wanted to do that with the Bears, Harry. That's the problem. You got to get somebody to dance with you.
Yep, it's true. It's true.
That's the problem. Hey, and I'll tell you what, guys, real quick. This is a perfect example of trusting your draft board. Where you have people on that board, they're there for a reason.
Yep.
And I have been preaching this for months that Penix may be the second best quarterback in the draft. Wow. I think Atlanta had that up on the board, and they say we can't pass him up.
Yeah, remember, I agree.
What did Green Bay do? They took Aaron Rodgers when they had Brett Favre in his prime. I'll tell you what, this may not pay dividend next year, but down the road it's going to.
All right, go ahead, Travis.
On the NFL Network, they just compared Rome Odunze to Larry Fitzgerald.
Well, I think that's more Marvin Harrison, but I tell you right now, the route running is superior. On top of it, catch radius, he catches everything that's thrown to him. He was a big part of why Penix was drafted before him and had the success, 54% completion percentage. But, going back to it here, Travis, I'll go to you first and we'll go out to Leo and Harry. Do you have a problem with another wide receiver? You could have gone with the offensive line. You could have gone with an edge rusher. Travis, do you have a problem with this?
Well, one of the big intangibles was that Odunze wanted to be on the Bears and play with Caleb. Once again, also, Keenan Allen has shown that he gets hurt on a regular basis. And upside with this guy, you said it, Pete, these top 3 wide receivers could actually be interchangeable. Or Harry even said that. Yep. Leo even said that also. But Michael Penix Jr. throws, to me, the best on-time laser ball in the draft. Yep. Hands down. When you see that guy throw that ball, he's throwing lasers, and they're going right in the spot they need to be.
Well,
so that's just – I thought he was great, but that injury problems would have had me pulled back on him. Because if you just saw the graphic, the guy's been hurt big time 4 times with 2 right ACLs. It's only a matter of time, guys.
And I will tell you this, and I'm glad everybody's talking about Michael Penix Jr. Yes, you are correct. He could be arguably one of the best quarterbacks in this draft. However, with that being said, I still go back to that game in Texas. Leo and I have talked about it.
Oh, my God.
Okay, it's just incredible. The only downside to Michael Penix Jr. after watching about 3 or 4 games on tape is when the pressure is there, every time he throws the ball, he ducks. And you can't do that in the National Football League. And I don't know if that's something you're going to be able to break him out of. He's not a spring chicken, guys, and he's got the ACL. He could be a little gun shy. But, man, spend a year behind Kirk Cousins?
Yep. Update here, guys.
And you know what, guys? Kirk Cousins may be the most intelligent quarterback in the NFL right now. Think of what Michael Penix is going to learn just from being around Kirk Cousins for a year.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then again, you cannot in this day and age, a top 10 player, especially a quarterback, not let him start. There's going to be
Harry,
if Atlanta.
That's the one position you can sit.
Yeah, but not in Atlanta. Atlanta's going to be screaming for him.
No, they got the right guy. And again, look at what's happening. People are trusting their draft board. They're looking at what's on their board.
Who's Minnesota going to take, guys?
J.J. McCarthy.
And I think that's a mistake. Well, I think that's a huge mistake.
They need a quarterback at this point. Travis and Harry and Leo, I think that's where they go.
Now the Jets are going to get Fashanu. I'm telling you right now.
I think they're better off taking Bo Nix.
They take Powers.
Bo Nix is a better pick than McCarthy is Bryce Young 2024. He's playing with a great team with great players against very limited competition.
Can I throw a little
wrench? Go ahead.
Little curveball.
Go for it.
Bo Nix doesn't get picked in the first round, and if he does, I will laugh my ass off.
Harry, he's
no better than when he was over at Auburn.
Picked by the Denver Broncos. Mark that down.
Yep,
Oh
he ain't getting past Denver.
Nope.
And if he gets past Denver, he's not getting past the Raiders.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you're exactly right, because both of those teams need quarterbacks, and this is where it becomes an advantage to teams, and this is what Todd Bowles was talking about a couple of months ago, is that
the Raiders are going to be horrible for the next 5 years.
Well, I mean, who's your quarterback at the end of the day? Who's the quarterback for the Raiders? Does anybody know? I don't know who the quarterback for the Raiders is.
I keep forgetting. It's the rookie quarterback from last year. He played all right.
Hey,
Sam Darnold?
No, Sam Darnold's with with Minnesota now.
Yeah,
I know. Well, he's probably going to be with the Raiders after this pick.
Well, if I'm on the Jets right now, I would talk to Denver and the Raiders about moving up to 11 to get the quarterback if they want.
And they're showing McCarthy. He's smiling. He's in Michigan there. Of course, national championship quarterback under Jim Harbaugh. You look at his numbers: 22 touchdowns, 4 interceptions in 2022. 22 touchdowns, 5 interceptions.
I hope he goes to Minnesota. Do you understand? I would love to see him in a Minnesota uniform. That just
guys.
Oh Lord! How about you, Travis?
Can I throw this out to you real quick?
Sure, go for it.
How dumb does the NFL look when they've got 2 players that were maybe picked in the top 12 and they're not in the building?
Yeah.
How could you not have invited Michael Penix and McCarthy to come to this thing?
I don't know.
What were you thinking?
Would it cost you an extra $5 in NFL?
Yeah.
Well, here was the quandary. Leo,
they didn't make enough money from sports betting.
There was talk of Penix Jr. getting out, not even making it to the first round, like he was going to be in the second round. So some of these kids didn't want to be Aaron Rodgers or Brady Quinn and be waiting in the green room. So maybe that's the reason why some of these quarterbacks didn't show up, because they got, again, analysis by paralysis. Talking heads saying Penix Jr. is not going to be a first-round player. What are you thinking, man? What are you watching?
You know what the problem is, guys? It's the West Coast bias. If you're not up till 1:32 in the morning watching,
how many quarterbacks have gone so far? 4?
You didn't. 4.
4 quarterbacks. And I think it's going to be 6. It's going to be 6 quarterbacks.
We're looking at 5, 6. I'm telling you guys, if I'm the Jets, I'm calling Oakland. I'm calling the Raiders and saying, "What do you want to move up?" Because Denver's not taking Bowers, right? Would Sean Payton take Bowers over Nix?
No.
Sean Payton's going to take a quarterback.
You don't understand. I want Minnesota so badly to take J.J. McCarthy.
They are. They're going to take him.
Every Chicago Bear fan is begging for J.J. McCarthy.
A steak dinner.
No. I'll buy you a steak if they just please.
Here it is. Here it is, my friend. Get ready.
Damn steak dinner on the 9 pick. I had Harry all looped up, ready to go.
Get ready to give me a steak here, because here comes J.J. McCarthy. Welcome to Minnesota.
Please, J.J. Please, I hope J.J. goes there.
Yeah. And by the way, what do I get for saying Penix was going to go top 10, fellas?
Well,
my God. Let me tell you something. You get all the accolades in the world.
That's why he's the legend on this show. Everybody's saying, You know
what, guys? When I saw that pass against Texas, it was like Tristan Wirfs jumping out of the pool. When he did that, he became the top tackle. When Michael Penix threw that laser, and Harry saw it, and I saw it, I said, "That's the best
all
pass
I
I've
did
seen
was
in
watch
10 years.
That pass, and I went, what? That's exactly what I did.
All right, here we go.
Here we go.
Here comes the kids. I'll announce it for you, folks.
Steak dinner, please.
I don't care about a steak dinner. I want to give you that steak.
I do. I'm hungry.
This is one bet you want to lose, right, Harry? There you go, Harry. There you go.
J.J. McCarthy, baby. Yes. Thank you, Chicago.
Oh, my
Thank you,
God.
Minnesota. Thank you.
My
God.
Thank
you. I mean, Leo, I got to get your reaction. I want to know, what do you think of this pick? And you moved up to get him.
That's crazy. And you know what happens, guys? I'm going to tell you exactly what happens. Minnesota called, and they said, "Who are you picking?" And they said, J.J. McCarthy. And they said, "Okay, we got to trade up." That's what happens. If they'd have said, "Hey, we're taking Bo Nix," hey, fine, nice talking to you. Good luck.
Sure. Well, and here's the and I'm going to go out to you, Travis, and what you see with this kid, because look, the body of work, you look at the touchdown to interception ratio, it's nice, but really he was a caretaker, right? He was a game manager. You depended on Blake Corum. You really don't know what he has, but what you do know is he can make all the throws. He can be athletic. And he won a national championship, and he was able to overcome an adverse situation because he loses the opportunity to win a national championship the year before, comes back and wins the national championship, plays big.
Minnesota just replaced himself, and they just got a younger version with a little bit more wheels of a Kirk Cousins type of quarterback. Unfortunately, he ain't going to be Kirk Cousins.
Well, it may not be Kirk Cousins, but I think the team's what they're.
See, guys, that's what people have to realize. That if these guys are going early, they're playing for bad teams.
Yeah.
And again, you know, do you expect Daniels to do well in Washington? Do you expect, Drake May to do well in New England? No, because they're on bad football teams. That's what I'm saying. Atlanta trusted their board.
It also could be, Williams is going to have to learn under Shane Waldron, right? He was with Geno Smith, and he had some time.
I like it.
I like it too, and he's got the team around him. But if you look at what Minnesota's got with McCarthy's in a perfect setup because he can go. He's got Jefferson, obviously. Jordan Addison, who's an absolute beast, played with Williams at USC. He's got the tight end and Hawkinson.
And they have a horrible offensive line.
Yes,
Good luck.
Yes. Well, you know what, guys? That's the problem. When you look at Chicago, when you look at Minnesota, their offensive line is in shambles.
Au contraire there, Mr. Leo. Take a look at what Chicago has done and the way they improved.
As good as you think in
I
Chicago.
want them to improve on that offensive line, but it's a lot better than it was the year before. It's not even close.
Harry, I can't agree with you more.
Because now you're going to have a quarterback that's going to get rid of the ball 1, 2, 3, throw. Not 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 killed.
You guys are killing it.
Where am I going for pizza later on? Oh, I better try to run out of bounds 17 yards behind the line of scrimmage instead of just throwing the ball. Yeah.
Well,
we live that.
Listen,
I'm going to overthrow DJ Moore's.
Travis Faley and I have had some in-depth conversations via text messages going, are you meeting me on the Skyway? Are you going to slice your wrist? This guy's horrible. And I kept trying to be the sounding board going, no, he's going to be okay. I was so glad when they got rid of him.
All right, so Mel's there. Mel's on the line there. Of course, you heard the story about what happened with me having the draft report there when I was about 15, 16 years old on Pasco County Public Access. Lost his draft report. Call him. Get a copy of it signed. Talk to Mel. I should have went with him. Should have trusted Mel because at the time I wanted Simeon Rice for the Bucs. He went to Arizona at number 3. Of course, eventually Rice joined the Bucs in free agency. They went with Reagan Upshaw. So that is my story with Mel.
What? What quarterbacks are left besides Bo Nix?
Where he was going? Where were you going to go with Mel? You're like, yeah, I should have went with Mel. I'm like, where the F are you going with Mel?
Going with the pick there, you smart ass. I should have picked Reagan Upshaw.
What quarterbacks are left in this draft other than Bo Nix, guys? The Jets are selecting right now. Quiet. Here it comes.
The guy from Florida State, but he's got a broken leg.
Okay, so who are we going with there? Offensive lineman or are you
offensive lineman? I think.
Yeah.
Fashanu just got picked. Fashanu.
Yeah. Hey guys, I have a question.
There you go. That is the right pick right there. Fashanu right there.
Guys, has anybody picked a defensive player yet?
No.
Think about that.
Yep.
Versus falling down to people.
Yep. Versus falling down. Dallas Turner is falling down.
I think I mentioned that was going to happen.
Well, I think we all kind of considered, where that was going. Knowing Atlanta, they're not going to take an edge rusher because they never do anything defensively, and that's
so. What quarterback's going now? You got the next 2 teams need quarterbacks. Who are they picking?
Okay, so you've got the Broncos. Bo Nix here. Bo Nix.
Okay, who the Raiders taking? Now this is when the Raiders. I'll tell you what.
State, and he's got a broken leg.
Hold on. If the Denver Broncos take Bo Nix here, You will then see the Raiders being the Raiders of old. You will find 4th-round talent coming all the way to the 1st round. Watch. Mark my
or they
words.
will try to trade out of there so fast it's not even funny.
Well, listen, you still have Dallas Turner on the board. You could go with Jared Verse. You could go defensively there. Remember who the coach is, guys. It's Antonio Pierce, who was a linebacker in the league. So defensively, you could go in that direction. I know a lot of Raider
Or the
fans.
best corner.
Yeah, you go with the best corner. Corners are still on the board at the end of the day.
Okay, Broncos pick is in. Let's see what happens.
Oh, Knicks. It has to be. If it's not, then maybe it's Dallas Turner. Maybe they go deep. But Sean Payton, remember now, it's Sean Payton. Like
they got Zach Wilson, and I'm telling you now, I honestly think that they love this kid.
Yeah, I bet they do. I bet all the moms love Wilson there. And
hey, don't make fun of Stifler.
Wow.
Yeah.
Ouch.
Analysis there.
Ouch.
Right? Yes. All right. So
that's some American Pie.
Hey, guys.
Yes.
Do you think Jason Light is just laughing his behind off watching this thing?
He has to be at this point. How could he not?
I told you before this started, ladies and gentlemen, that this possibly could be the best 1st round in the history of the NFL draft. I'm not kidding you. I mean, not one defensive player was taken. When was the last time that's happened? Anybody?
Yeah.
2003. It went to 7. I think they said it went to 7.
Yeah.
Nothing like this. Nothing.
And I've never seen I've already got, and I'm kind of like, all right, we're just gonna go ahead and discontinue this. We're gonna go put the phone number up because I'm kind of lost on the picks right now. But Denver's on the board at 12, so let me go ahead.
How are you lost on the picks?
Well, no, I'm not lost. No. I'm not lost on the picks here. Actually, I got. So let me see here. Hold on a sec. Stand by. I'm going ahead and produce.
Who do the Raiders take if they stay there? They have to screw this up, right?
Well, you go Dallas Turner, I think, in my opinion. So, and we got Travis.
I think you got.
Go ahead.
I think you almost got to go with the best corner.
And I'm calling both.
I'm going to say Denver takes Dallas Turner here, or Quinn and Mitchell.
That's certainly possible, Terry.
And you know what? Then the Raiders won't have to try to jump off the cliff.
Right.
Yeah, because then they'll go with Knicks.
Yes.
Then they'll.
And you know what, guys?
4 years.
That's going to be 6 quarterbacks in the top 13.
Yep.
That's never happened.
I've never seen that happen.
Yep. It's crazy at this point, and we kind of.
It could be 7 because if Bo Nix goes to Denver, trust me, the Raiders will grab a quarterback that's 3rd or 4th round talent. The Raiders will be the Raiders.
Yep, that's it. Raiders will be the Raiders.
Now, come on.
Well,
it's a new day out, new day in Vegas.
Hey, Peter, someone's trying to call in, but they said it went right to voicemail.
Yeah, we got Travis on the line.
Oh, that's why. Banner, you can go ahead and try back as soon as Travis gets off. He's another Chicago
Travis
connection.
won't get off till like 11:30. I don't blame
you,
Travis.
Stay
on, Bubba.
That's the pot calling the kettle black.
Stay on, Bubba. Stay on.
All right, how about this? Yeah. All right, how about this?
Oh, he's gone. Come on, Travis. What's going on here?
Oh.
Call in, Banner. We got the other Chicago connection. And come on in, Banner.
All right, so here we go. Let's see here. Open phone line, 727-255-0391. It's 727-255-0391. So the pick is in for the Denver Broncos. To recap, probably the shocker of the night. The Atlanta Falcons at number 8 take quarterback out of Washington, Michael Penix Jr.
First off, it started with the tackle. The pick.
Hold on, wait a second. I'm patting myself on the back, guys.
For Atlanta.
You should pat yourself on the back. Yes, because you were talking about this.
You know what that reminded me of? The guy walking from Family Guy. And it was Peter Griffin walking through the stadium selling back scratchers.
Oh my God! Who the hell cares?
That's great. That's great.
That's a classic.
Travis, if you want to get on video, the link is out there, my friend. If you want to
Travis,
get on video if you want to. We'd love to have you in here.
Come on, Tom, give us a call.
Yeah. Give us a call. Somebody give us a call.
Hey, Peter, can you give us a lightning update? It was 3-2 Florida.
I'll give you the lightning update right now. The Lightning are losing 4-2 in the third, 7:21 to go.
Thank you.
All right, let's go on to Banner here. Tom Banner, welcome to the Evolution.
What's up, Banner?
NFL Draft Live Edition. Go ahead.
Harold made a good call there, I must admit.
Thank you.
Yes, he did, but he lost a steak dinner there with J.J. McCarthy. So there you go.
Yeah,
Hey,
but
by the way-
no. Listen, you'll get 2 steak dinners. Tom Banner will buy you a steak dinner when he comes down here because Minnesota took J.J. McCarthy. I think that's the best thing for any Bears fan. What's your opinion there, Mr. Banner?
I think Penix was a joke.
Oh,
I don't know.
Oh, you might as well hang up now, Banner, because you have no idea about quarterbacks.
Oh my God!
I don't understand the hatred here. I don't.
Whoa. Can I'll just be quiet.
No. Don't be quiet. You got an opinion. Go ahead. Why don't you like Michael Penix Jr.?
Because he's a stiff.
Okay, that's a good opinion.
That sounds like somebody who's never seen him play. That scares me.
Hey, the Broncos selection is in, and he's walking to the podium.
Oh, Nix from Oregon.
Oh, I got a question for you, and I'm glad Banner's on the phone with us. If the Broncos take Bo Nix, and here it comes, quiet.
Is that the pick? Don't tip the picks here, by the way, guys.
Bo Nix just went to the Denver Broncos. Here comes the question. Wow. Here comes the question, and I have it, and I want to start with Tom Banner. Will the Raiders stay in this pick, or will the Raiders be the Raiders and take another quarterback that should be in the 3rd or the 4th round? Banner, I got to hear from you.
I think old Gardner Minshew is a lot more. I think he's good.
Well, Gardner Minshew is one of the starters there, right? Correct.
Yeah, but he's a bridge quarterback. Don't you have to draft somebody?
Well, you can in the later rounds. You can go with a Pratt. You can go with somebody like that. Maybe even a Jordan Travis who's dealing with an injury in the later rounds.
Nix. This guy,
I'm
announcing right now with a capital B, bust.
Back up.
Well, if you look at his numbers, 45 touchdowns and 3 interceptions and 29-7. That's pretty good.
And you know what? Look at his other 10 years in college when he was at Auburn.
I mean, progressively, he's gotten better every year. I mean, that's what you have to look for with the court.
Eventually, you strike gold, after your 10th year in college.
See, I mean, he could be Justin Herbert, and nobody thought Justin Herbert was going to be as good as he was.
Oh, yes, we did.
I don't know, but the Miami Dolphins, listen, the Miami Dolphins and things. So they took, Tua over him. And Herbert has played a lot better than Tua.
Guy plays 10 years.
Peter, I'm gonna tell you what happened. David Alexander, who is the quarterback guru for us, is on the West Coast, and he came out the week before the draft, and he said Justin Herbert is head and shoulders above Tua.
All right,
and he was right.
Wow, the pick is in for the Raiders. Where do they go here? Do you go with offensive line? You could go with.
I think the Raiders will be the Raiders.
You could go with Dallas Turner. Defense. You could go Dallas Turner here. You could go Troy Fontenot from Washington.
Fuaga.
And you could go, you could go in that.
At least Fuaga. Cornerback, Terry and Arnold out of cornerback from Alabama.
How about a wide receiver out in
I'm going to say they're going to go Quinton Mitchell. Let me see if I can get one right here. Who do you got, Banner?
Wow.
I don't know.
Okay.
Well, I would say... Wow. I mean, they got
Here's the comment of the night for you, Pete. Dave Anglin. Congrats, Broncos. You drafted a 35-year-old quarterback.
There you go. There you go. Isn't this fun? And I mean, who do you think the Raiders will take at this point? Is it Dallas Turner?
I think they're going to go the corner.
Okay.
Look at this now. The first 12 picks, 6 quarterbacks. That's phenomenal.
That's phenomenal. It's not surprising, though. It really isn't. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Wow.
Peter, 3 wide receivers have gone. 9 of the 10 guys I said would go by 20 are out by 12. Is that crazy or what?
That is crazy. You guys are both right. I said there was 0 chance that Penix or Bo Nix would be drafted this high.
And I won that bet also, by the way.
Yes, you did. You are awesome, Peter.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate you.
I think they're going Brook Bowers.
Peter, that's because you finally listened to me.
What do you think they're going to do? No. Banner, who are they picking? Banner, you say Brock Bowers?
Brock Bowers.
I'm going to say they're going to go with the corner.
I say Dallas Turner here, guys.
I say another
watch. Here it is.
Player.
Quiet.
Another offensive player.
Defensive coach. Defensive
player.
Player.
Who's the man? Tell me who's the
Brock Bowers. You're the man.
Hey, Pete, start hitting that.
And here comes the best tight end in the draft. And he's not going to do anything. He's got nobody to throw him the football.
Wow.
This guy's a George Kittle right here.
He got the stash out there, Harry.
I'll get the Jets to take this guy.
Well, I'm glad the Jets didn't take this guy because that would have been because listen, you could have taken
the Jets have a horrible offensive line. They had to go offensive linemen.
We just lost Aaron Rodgers 4 plays into the season. What are we talking about here, gentlemen?
Well, now he'll make it 8.
Well, I think he'll make it a little bit sooner than that, but we'll see. Now, here's the Saints at 14.
The Packers had a horrible.
The Saints are taking an offensive lineman.
To do.
Yep.
This guy Bowers, animal.
He is an animal. You could go with Troy Fanatatu here from Washington. I think I'm pronouncing his name correctly.
I'm telling you, if they go offensive tackle here, they're going to take Talise Fuaga.
You could go that way.
That kid from Oregon State. This kid's really good.
1 sack in 2 years. You're absolutely right. You could go that direction also. Or Dallas Turner. You definitely need some pass rush there. Cam Jordan getting up there in age. So you could go multiple directions at this point.
Wow, I can't believe the kid from
I think Vernon's
and
there goes Leo. I don't know what happened to Leo. So let me get him out of here. Banner, appreciate the time. Anything else here, my friend?
I'm going to make a prediction that the Bears move up to get Chop Robinson.
All right.
Really?
There's the prediction right there. We had him.
He's
okay.
Out of Penn State.
Okay.
He's good.
Okay.
The Saints are taking an offensive lineman, guys, because Ramczyk, he is really questionable with the knee. I would be amazed.
I think Talise Fuaga.
If they don't take an offensive lineman.
I think you're right about this, Harry, because
I think Talise Fuaga. If they go offensive lineman, they're going Talise Fuaga.
Banner, thanks a lot for the call. Appreciate you as always. Open phone line 727-255-0391. It's 727-255-0391. So the Raiders take Brock Bowers right there. Good call, Mr. Harry the Greek. Excellent. Right there. I thought they would go with Dallas Turner, but I do understand it. Bowers, tremendous athlete.
Who's throwing them football, man? That's the problem.
Gardner Minshew. I guess that's the quarterback there.
That's not the answer there. Peter, Leo, I'm not leaving permanently. I'm going to pull myself out. I got to go take a little potty break. You understand?
Okay, there you go. All right, we'll get Harry out of there. There we go. Let's come out to you here. I mean, let's go ahead and get your overall impressions for the draft so far, Leo. I mean, quarterbacks here dominating, wide receivers, couple offensive linemen in there. How surprised and shocked are you, my friend?
Peter, I'm the least shocked of anybody. Remember, I texted you at noon and said 10 quarterbacks, wide receivers gone before 20.
Yeah.
9 are gone before 12.
Yep.
And no one believed me that 6 quarterbacks would go in this draft. Everybody said, oh, no.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you what happened is people started looking at Azuna on film, and all of a sudden they said, wait a second.
Yeah.
Who's this guy throwing the football to him?
Yeah.
And that's what happened with Penix. And I'll tell you what, Peter, what we're seeing in this draft so far is people are trusting their board.
That's it.
They're saying, I don't care what the position is. If this guy is 3 or 4 on our board and we're picking and he's the highest and there's a real gap between the next guy, let's say, I'm picking 8 and the only guy I got left on the board is my number 3 guy. Mm-hmm. Hey, I'm taking him. That's the way it is. And I'll tell you what, the Falcons may suffer this year, but dear God, look out next year because now they got a guy waiting in the wings when Cousins decide to retire.
Well, they do got a guy waiting in the wings, but you could have gone with an offensive lineman there to fill that need. You could have gone with Dallas Turner or Jared Verse to fill that need. I don't know, man. I get it. I understand the value there. I like Michael Penix Jr. We loved him on this show. We even said that eventually he could be the best quarterback out of this draft because he's got accuracy. He's got athleticism. He has faced adversity throughout his.
And you know what, Peter? We got to say, no doubt, the new coach with the Atlanta Falcons, Raheem Morris, he's got a big set to take Penix, doesn't he?
Oh, well, he does. And I tell you right now, it kind of reminds you of when he became the coach of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in that a lot of
Josh
people
Johnson.
Well, you not only Josh Johnson, but also Josh Freeman. Remember?
Yeah.
Then you have Byron Leftwich, and you assume because you pick up Byron. And look, Kirk Cousins being paid $100 million. I'm just saying a veteran presence. You assume they're not going to take a quarterback, and that's exactly what they do. And that's what you do when you're a head coach. You take your guy. Kirk Cousins is your guy for a couple of years. You develop Michael Penix. Hopefully you can develop an offensive line around Cousins. If Cousins gets hurt, then you go with Penix Jr., and I definitely think he's NFL ready, in my opinion. We'll see how that works out.
And you know what, Peter? Harry brings up an interesting point. He says he ducks every time he throws it. It's his motion. If you look at it, he comes so hard over the top that his head and shoulder comes down. And if you watch him throw, you think he's ducking, but what he's doing is he's just getting so much torque on that body that he's coming down. And that's, I don't think he's ducking. I think that's what's happening. But do you think Dallas Turner maybe to the Saints?
I'm thinking Dallas Turner here. I mean, he was the number one edge rusher in this draft, supposedly. So you have to go in that direction. Again, Cam Jordan is getting up there. By the way, update if you're a basketball fan, the Orlando Magic took care of the Cleveland Cavaliers tonight. They win. The Lightning score not looking really good right now. What's the update on the Lightning at this point?
4-2 was the last Harry said with 7 minutes.
Let's go ahead and see if we can update that as the pick is in. Right now for the Saints, I go Dallas, and it is 4-3, 3:42 left in the third period. Florida leading. They're up 2-0 in this series at Amalie Arena. A must-win game for the Lightning at this point. If you lose it tonight, you're down 3-0, and it may be curtains. Let's go out to the commissioner. Look at this scene in Detroit here, Leo. 150,000 right there. I'm wondering, when do you come to Tampa Bay? You're going to Wisconsin, Green Bay next year. When did you come to Tampa Bay at this point, and why hasn't the NFL in their draft gone to Tampa Bay, in your opinion?
They don't need a stadium.
Okay.
Look at all the ones that have had it lately.
Yeah.
It was kind of like, okay, you build a stadium, we'll bring the draft there.
Yeah.
You know, so that's kind of crazy when you look at what's going on.
Yeah, I would say right here, where would you go here? I mean, do you go with an offensive lineman like Talise? If you
gotta. If I'm the Saints, you gotta go offensive line.
Well, I think you do. And look, there's major questions about their offensive line. Ryan Ramczyk there with a major injury. Offensive line, you got to protect your quarterback. If it's Derek Carr, got hit last year, got injured. We know Leo Word, he has a propensity of getting injured. And what do you do to protect your quarterback? You get him an offensive lineman in front of him, and you go with the kid from Oregon State. You could go that direction, or you go Dallas Turner with, once again, Cam Jordan getting up there in age. I think you go Turner here, you go offensive line. But to me,
you know what? You may be able to pass on that defensive lineman.
Yeah.
They're all dropping.
Yes.
So there may be some there in the second round.
There may be.
First round talent.
All right, let's go out to Roger here, the tribal troll.
Acknowledge me.
Saints pick is up really quick here because the commissioner's coming up. What's up?
Let him speak.
Huh?
Let him speak.
Oh, they took Fuaga.
There you go. Like Harry said, it makes lots of sense there. You take him, 1 sack in 2 years. You fill that offensive line need. That makes sense. You're protecting Derek Carr. So there you go.
I told you, Peter.
Yeah.
He's a member of the bloodline.
There you go. Member of the bloodline. So there you go. Great wrestling stuff.
Real quick.
Yes.
Awesome, amazing coverage. You guys are killing it.
Thank you.
Where's Tampa Bay Ray?
I believe he's getting off work, so he should be on here anytime. So we'll see when he wants to come on. But we're gonna move in and out here with people. We're gonna continue to talk draft. Yes.
Coverage has been awesome.
Thank you, my friend.
You guys are killing it.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it. As always. Facebook stars are out there available, and also
super chats.
Super chats. Get it. There you go.
Cash, check, money order.
Yes.
All of it.
Not bad for somebody. Pretty accurate tonight. I tell you right now with my picks. I'm just saying.
You killed it, man. What were you? 6 out of 6? 7 out of 7?
I've been like, 6 out of 6 to start, and I still got a couple picks there. So I'm like eight picks right out of the top 12. So not bad. Not bad at all.
And you know, Ray Kennedy, he's going to say at number 26, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers select a kicker.
There you go. And you look at this guy on film again, 1 sack in the last 2 years.
You guys have a good night. I'll keep watching.
Appreciate you. There you go. All right. So Colts take Dallas or what? What do the Colts do here? Is this a corner? Could this be another offensive lineman here? Where do you go, Anthony Richardson? Maybe a weapon, maybe another weapon in a Brian Thomas Jr. Where do you go if you're the Colts, in your opinion?
Wide receiver. Simple.
Wow.
Simple. Wide receiver.
You could go like Xavier Worthy, fast option from Texas. Adonai Mitchell, also out of Texas. You could go that direction here.
You got Thomas down at LSU still around. You got Coleman still around. I mean, this is going to get interesting.
And then you could also go again, Dallas Turner. I know Mike Smith, former defensive coordinator of the Bucs, said Jared Verse reminded him of Dwight Freeney. When you watch Verse on film, is that what you see in a Freeney?
Boy, he's athletic.
Yeah.
And he's quick.
Yeah.
And, you can't coach size. You can't coach speed.
Yes. No, you can't. No, you can't, my friend.
And that's what you're looking at right now.
All right, let's go read the comments here. Where is Ray? He'll be around in just a little bit. Colts take Dallas or what? I'm not sure, guys. Go ahead and call up or put it in there in the comment box. What do you think the Colts do? Let's go ahead. We'll give out the numbers here because I'm not going to deal with the We'll go ahead and update you on all the picks at this point, but the main story of this draft so far has been the 6 quarterbacks update. Bad news, if you're a Lightning fan tonight, the Panthers have defeated the Tampa Bay Lightning. So the Panthers are up 3-0 in this series. Game 4 is on Saturday at 5 o'clock. That's the season at the end of the day, and I think the season could be over at this point. And let's talk about the Lightning really quick as we await the Colts. They're being on the clock. Your general thoughts, because we expected more. They could have at least won one of these games, if not both of these games on the road. Weren't able to win anything. You come home. You have somewhat of a strong effort, but once again, not able to get it done tonight versus the Panthers. How disappointed and how surprised are you by this Lightning team?
Peter, they're out of defensemen.
Yeah.
And that's what's, you got Sergachev who's down. Hedman's getting old in the tooth. And you can see that they're having trouble getting the puck out of their zone.
Yeah.
It's a problem. And that they're not getting shots on net, which is amazing for a team that scored so much. I don't know what the problem is, but they're just not getting to the goalie. I mean, last night, game 2, they got 3 shots on net first period. You're not going to beat somebody that way.
Yeah.
And, it all goes back to the save by Bobrovsky. I mean, if Dumba puts that in the net, it's a whole different animal. Yeah. And he just comes out of nowhere and makes that save. The Lightning win 3-2, and the whole series changes. So, yeah, that save completely turned this series around.
All right, showing Troy Fontenot, their offensive tackle. I think that would be smart for the Colts to do that. There's definitely a need there. You could go in that direction. You could also go wide receiver and a Brian Thomas Jr., who ran a blazing 4.4, something along those lines, which is amazing at his size. Again, guy catches everything. Everybody was talking about Malik Neighbors, but you turn on the tape, and even Brian Kelly talked about this, how valuable Thomas Jr. was to that LSU offense. Look at this, Christopher Cole, 14 straight offensive players. Pretty amazing in itself. Mike, we'll put Vita Vea against Talise. Absolutely got to love that matchup. The pick is in here. Let's go ahead and predict it. I think you go with either, let's see, I think the offensive lineman there. Fontenot.
I'm saying the wide receiver.
All right, Brian Thomas Jr. you got. I got the offensive lineman. We'll see. It could be Dallas Turner also. The pick is in. Here comes the commissioner. No tipping picks. Who is it? Who is Cooper? Vernon, I told you not to tip the pick, damn it. Who is Cooper? Cooper who?
Cooper Kupp. They traded him.
Yeah, that's yeah. I believe it's the Edge. for if that's correct there. Cooper, is it Cooper DeJean? The corner there? Is that who it is?
I haven't put it up yet, Peter.
Oh, okay. Vernon, I thought you were tipping picks there. Vernon's been pretty good tonight. He got a couple picks right there. So he's definitely joining along. Guys, have a good time here. Open phone lines. Also, comment on who you think the pick is going to be. Just no tipping of the picks at this point because we kind of want to keep I know some of you are a little bit ahead of us as we're trying to get these picks and figure out, what is and Seattle's on the clock. So the Colts pick is in. Let's see what it is. Let me go out to Alex here. Alex, you're on with yours truly along with the legend Leo Haggerty. Yes.
I didn't really want to talk about the draft real quick. I just want to swing in about the Lightning real quick.
Okay.
Hats off. Listen, I know everybody's upset, but listen, hats off to a great season. Can't be mad. As Leo just said, or somebody just said, your defenseman's down. Not having Sergei alone is a big loss on the offensive side. You're not shooting enough on the net. Looks bad. I've never seen a team.
Stand by, Alex. 15th pick is in for the Colts here. Hold on. Let's see what the Colts do out there on Instagram. 15th pick for the Indianapolis Colts. Who is it? There. Whoa! Look at that one. Yeah. Latu, to a lot of Bucs fans' chagrin. The edge rusher going to the Colts. Kind of shocking there. Peyton Manning type of neck injury, but you look at his numbers over the last couple years here with Latu. Alex, I'm gonna go out to Leo here really quick. We'll come back to you with the Lightning. In fact, I'll tell you what, Alex, call back with the Lightning. We'll talk.
I got you.
We'll talk about that a little bit later. 23.5 sacks over the last couple years. Again, showing right there. 2 seasons with the neck injury. Starts to come back, plays rugby. I mean, what do you make of this kid? Good pick here. Again,
Peter, take the injury out of this. He's the best edge rusher in the draft. Plain and simple.
Wow.
He's the best if you take the injury out.
Mm-hmm.
And again, I don't know if you can, but he's got size. He's got speed. He has a nose for the ball. I mean, and look at this. When you're looking at somebody's highlight tape, see who they're playing against.
Yeah.
That was against Southern Cal.
Sure.
They're pretty good.
Yeah, they're pretty good. And you got to like the fact that I like the kid's toughness, right? So he retires. He's playing for Washington. He transfers to UCLA. And now he's coming back and he's playing rugby because he's trying to get back in shape. And if you don't have a problem with his medicals and you feel like, this kid is worth, and what you hear is, like you said, edge rusher needs to bulk up a little bit, can do that, can play the run just a little bit better. But you see the explosive nature to him. Pundits compare him with his pass rushing skills to the Bosa brothers. Is that what you see? You see the bend, you see the athleticism? Okay.
Yep, I do. I see a guy who has instincts.
Yeah.
There's things you can't coach. You can't coach size. You can't coach speed. You can't coach instinct.
And I think we're right here. This is where Seattle, where I've kind of circled, an offensive lineman. Is it Fanatu there from Washington as an offensive tackle? Could you go with a center here and a Jackson Powers Johnson? A lot of medical red flags. I know there's Bucs fans out there that want to see him slip at 26. What do you think about drafting a center at 26? Or if you're Jason Light, do you continue to do what you've done over the past couple years and address that in the second or third round? What do you say?
And you address it with a smaller college player. Think about that, Peter.
Right.
Yeah. They went North Dakota State. They went with
Ali Marpet.
Ali Marpet.
Yep. Alex Kappa. Yes. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. They're just they have a knack of pulling out players from non-Power 5 offensive lines, and they've been right so far. So that's a pretty good track record there. I'll tell you what, this This is becoming a very strange draft when that's the first defensive player you can scratch off your board, and we're all the way to what, 15?
Well, you're already to 15, and the talk was that Dallas Turner could have gone in the top 10. Now he's slipping. Why is he slipping, or what?
Well, he's slipping because of the quarterbacks and the wide receivers.
But
they're not slipping because of ability.
Okay.
They're slipping because teams are desperate to draft quarterbacks and wide receivers.
Okay.
Because it's an offensive league.
Okay. All right. So Seattle is on the board here at number 16, so we'll see what they do.
Why would they not take an offensive lineman from Washington down the road, right?
I know. I mean, why not? That would make lots of sense there. You could go in that direction. You could also go, once again, Jackson Powers-Johnson. Do you go defense here? Do you go Dallas Turner, who was looked at as being a top 10 guy, now has fallen out? With a guy falling out, this is my point. Is there a red flag out there? Is there an injury history? Is it bad interviews? Or is it this, the talking head?
Misinformation, maybe, Peter.
Okay.
Maybe misinformation. I mean, think about it with Warren Sapp.
Yeah.
Somebody put out that he flunked drug tests, multiple ones.
Sure. You revealed that story that it was the Chicago Bears. Can you go ahead and share that story with everybody about the Warren Sapp failed drug test, please?
Yeah, the Bears floated around that he had flunked multiple drug tests down at Miami. And if Tony Dungy was the head coach, I don't know if Warren Sapp would have been a Buccaneer. But guess who was the head coach, Peter?
Yep, Sam Weiss.
Yes. And Sam said, hey, talk all you want, the kid can play. And the Bucs had the best ever in the NFL. And there's no comparison to this. 2 Hall of Fame players in the first round.
Yes.
2.
Yep.
And, people say, well, we can go back to the Bears. The Bears never even made the playoffs.
Yeah.
Even though they had 2 great players in Bucs. And you got to say something about it. And I tell people that when I saw the Bears and the running back they had there before he got hurt,
right,
was the best. He scored 6 touchdowns in a game in the rain.
Yeah.
In the rain against the 49ers. 6 times. He could cut at full speed. You know what? They called him the Kansas Flash for a reason.
Well,
he could play. And Peter, somebody's brought this out tonight.
Yes.
And I want to get to this before we get to the next pick.
Sure.
There is no surefire player that walks out of college and goes to the NFL. Everything's a crapshoot.
Yeah.
Now, some of them aren't as big a crapshoot as you'd think, but still a crapshoot.
It is a crapshoot. You're exactly right. I see Tampa Bay Ray Kennedy has joined us. If you want to chime in, my friend, you're more than happy to get on video if you want to. But right now, you've got to say the story is not only the quarterbacks and wide receivers, but the first defensive player off the board is Latu. I know there's a lot of fans out there that wanted him, but that's good for the Bucs because who continues to slip? Dallas Turner continues to slip. Who continues to slip? Jared Verse, Jackson Powers-Johnson, Kool-Aid McKestry here. So we'll see how this all works out. But Seattle's pick is in. Let's see how they go here. This is where they could go with Jackson Powers-Johnson, or like you said, the Washington offensive lineman there. And Troy, and I want to pronounce his name correctly, Fontenot.
Fontenot, yes.
Fontenot. All right, so who is this right here that they're showing? Is that Dallas Turner? It is Dallas Turner at this point. So do you go Dallas Turner because of value alone? Once again, seen as a top 10 pick now, he has slipped. So is that a value pick where you don't expect Turner to necessarily be there at 16? It may not necessarily be your best move or your biggest need, but you go with your draft board. And if Turner's high on your draft board, do you select him here?
Peter, the rule is how many fingers on your hand?
5.
You can stretch 5 spots on your board.
Okay.
So if you've got somebody at 6, you can go all the way down to 10.
Okay.
But you go past there, you're not trusting your board.
All right.
And again, I sent you the R-Lads value sheet, you can see how close they are in terms of numbers. 8.89, 8.88. That's you get somebody in that realm of 8.9 to 8.7,
Yeah.
and maybe 6 or 7 guys.
Agree.
So yeah, it's Peter. I hate to keep telling people this, but why are you shocked with all these quarterbacks going? I told you it was going to happen.
Yep.
And no one believed me.
Well, and here's the thing. We should have believed you. That's why you're on this show. That's the legend himself. And we'll go ahead and go out to his sound effect.
Book him, Dano.
He does book it here on The Evolution. I'm your host, Peter Blake. He is Leo Haggerty. He is a former scout coach. He's been a part of those front offices. He is giving you those nuggets that you won't get anywhere else. That is the man himself, the legend.
And you know what's fun, Peter? Tomorrow,
yes.
I go on with your show tonight with it, and I'm heading on to ESPN tomorrow to talk about the same. And I told Gus Cattengill the same thing on Monday. 10 quarterbacks, wide receivers in the first 20. And 9 are gone. And I don't know if you can count Bowers as the 10th. I'm not going to. I'm going to wait to see if another wide receiver comes out. I think he will.
Yeah, well, you may. And again, Brian Thomas Jr., that's the big pick there. He could slip or he could go. I don't think
you know where he could go, Peter? He can go number 20 to the Steelers.
Sure.
What a pick that would be.
What a great pick. I look at them and I say Jackson Powers-Johnson could go there. I see Jackson Powers-Johnson could go to Seattle. But there's a lot of talk of Johnson dropping out of the first round because of the medical red flags and severe concussions, opting out of the Senior Bowl there with hamstring and hip injuries. That's got to play a part in it. That's where you're investing so much money and you're investing that pick in somebody that is going to be the anchor of your offensive line. But if he's not fully healthy, then, it kind of gives you a little bit of regret going in a different direction. All right. Goodell's at the podium here. Let's see what Seattle does. Here we go at 16. Wow, there and Roger is tipping the pick. Byron Murphy, the second defensive tackle there. So defensive tackle from Texas. Wow. Well,
Peter, what have I told you that I learned way back when I first started this?
Yep.
Work from the ball out.
Yes.
From the ball out.
Absolutely. That's a big monster right there. That is a monster hugging his family. I believe that's his girlfriend in the background there. So, yes, Roger, please don't tip. I understand where you're going with this, but don't tip the picks. Let's go ahead and do this organically. If you want to guess who the pick is going to be, then you can definitely do that and put that in there. But Jacksonville is on the board. I think this is pretty easy. For me, it's either Mitchell, the Toledo corner, because you're 26th versus the pass. Although you could go Dallas Turner here, you could go Jared Verse, but Terry and Arnold, a man-to-man guy. I mean, Jacksonville, how do you see this pick playing out? And the pick is in already. Excuse me.
You know what, Peter?
The Vikings have traded up here with Jacksonville. So we have a trade. The Jacksonville Jaguars have traded out of this pick with the Minnesota Vikings. The Vikings, who do they have in mind here? Who would it be? Is it Dallas Turner? Because you lose Danielle Hunter here to Houston. Is that who you're going with? You make that dramatic trade up. You already got your quarterback in J.J. McCarthy. Who are you going with? Or are you going with an offensive lineman here? Where do you go if you're the Minnesota Vikings?
Well, Harry's probably sitting back there going, please don't take an offensive lineman. And that's probably the way they'll go.
Yep. Troy, go ahead. Pronounce his name.
Fontenot is there. Could play offensive tackle, guard, 6'4", 317. More of a guard at this point. You're okay with the guard in the first round? Sure.
Okay.
Sure. Okay. Again, trust your board. 3 words. Trust your board.
Look, my friend, I'm going to go to you anytime, any place, because you are the guru here. You've been in those front offices. So far, who's done the best, in your opinion? I mean, I know it's early. But I like
that. Peter, that's the $64 question.
Right.
Who has done well?
Right.
Well, I think, man.
Well, You got Minnesota. Minnesota goes from 23 to 17. So who do they have in mind? Is it a Jared Verse? Is it a Dallas Turner? Is it a Terrian Arnold? Could it be an offensive lineman? I think you go line here, don't you, to protect your quarterback? Let's see who
it's not an offensive lineman. It's Jared Verse.
Okay, here we go.
Oh, wait a second.
Dallas Turner, there you go, right? Is that Dallas Turner with the green coat on, green being money? He's lost some tonight because, again, the report was he was going to be top 10. So there you go. Pick is in. And they messed up there on ESPN because it is not Jacksonville. It is the Vikings. So, yes, Dallas. Look, you make that dramatic trade up. That, to me, tells me it's Dallas Turner because a player is falling. Why is he falling? Again,
he's only falling because there's so many quarterbacks going ahead of him.
Yep. But for me,
you know what, Peter?
Yeah.
Look at the positions that are coming. He's what, the second or the third defensive player off the board?
Yes. Yeah.
I mean, just they're not falling. It's an offensive league.
Yes.
That's just the way it is now. You know what defense is? Holding the team to 24 points.
All right, so the Bengals are on the clock here. Do you go offensive line or do you go with the wide receiver? To me, T. Higgins is asking for a trade. So do you go with Brian Thomas Jr. here from LSU?
Or you trade out of this pick and trade T. Higgins.
Wow.
With the pick.
Well, I feel like if you go with Brian Thomas Jr. here,
T. Higgins is going to get traded.
Higgins is going to be traded. So there's to be this needs to be watched, and I feel like they call his bluff here. Brian Thomas Jr. could go, Xavier Worthy, Donnie Mitchell, but to me, Thomas Jr. makes lots of sense.
Yeah, what is he, Peter? 6'4" or 6'5"?
Yeah, 6'3", 6'4". Yep, great size.
And running a 4.4.
Amazing. It's up there with I don't know if it's up there with Calvin Johnson. Calvin Johnson's 6'5", running a 4.36 or 4.33 at the time. Which, by the way, the Bucs should have drafted him. Should have given up the picks, not drafted Gaines Adams. I'm sorry. You got a chance to get a Hall of Fame player. I get it. You have a need there. Let's go back to that. Let's talk about this. I don't know about those glasses. They kind of look like Harry Carey to me, or Joe Pesci in Casino. So I don't know about the glasses, the fashion statement there. He's happy with going with the Minnesota Vikings. But, getting back to it, I think I lost my train of thought there. I lost my train of thought because the glasses threw me off. The glasses are throwing me off.
They did.
Need versus need. The Bucs need a Gaines Adams, but you got a player like a Calvin Johnson. John Gruden wants a Calvin Johnson. The team decides to go with the need there with Gaines Adams. It doesn't work out in their favor. Need versus best player on the board. What do you lie on that?
Best player on the board, unless there's within 5.
Okay.
Then you can play the need game. But, Peter, if you're not going to go with your board, why have one?
Well, that's true. And I will say this, in the same draft there, you have kind of like Williams. We also pass on Adrian Peterson, who, by the way, is a Hall of Famer. Kind of like gets hurt. So you could have gone with both of those directions, and you didn't. You went with Gaines Adams, who, God bless him, he passed away, but he was never the guy that they thought. They thought that he was going to be, the next Simeon Rice. I mean, Simeon Rice doesn't grow on trees, but the reason why you get him is because there's a big-time need there. And I think, the Vikings have told you, listen, we lost Danielle Hunter. We need a guy that can rush the passer. We thought Dallas Turner on our board was the number one player. We're going to trade up and get him. The Vikings, to me, have killed it. They have killed it so far. I get it. A lot of people questioning J.J. McCarthy, but he has the traits you're looking for. He's going to go into this situation. He's going to have some weapons. And then on top of it, you get Dallas Turner, where the value is top 10, and you get him at what? 17? Not bad. Not a bad.
I haven't seen what Minnesota gave up to go up there.
Right.
I mean, if it's just a flat-out trade and then a 5th-round pick, that's a steal for the Vikings.
Right.
Because anything on a Sunday is for depth.
Right.
You're drafting Thursday, Friday.
Right.
That's it. And then Saturday shows up. If you're telling me, well, we got somebody in the 5th round starts, you know what that tells me? You ain't any good.
No.
Because that shouldn't be happening.
And Vernon mentions this. Let me go out to Vernon. This is super crazy for real. Players we thought would be off the board are still there. Jared Verse is still there. Jackson Powers Johnson is still there. Somebody is sending me something. Let me see here what I'm being sent. Hold on. This better be good. Whomever is sending this to me. Okay. All right. I get the numbers there, but let me go back out to those numbers. This is Roger Shue sending me these numbers. Last year, DJ Moore, 96 catches, 1,300 yards, 8 touchdowns, nearly 1,400 yards. Keenan Allen, 108 catches, 1,300 yards with 7 touchdowns. And Rome, of course, 92 catches, 1,640, 13 touchdowns in college. Okay, you got Caleb Williams. You've set him up to be successful. So with all those weapons, would it be disappointing if the Bears not only not win a division, but make the play? They got to at least make the playoffs at this point, right? Even in his first year with all the weapons.
No, they just got to get better.
Okay.
They got to get better because they're not going to win the division.
Right.
They're not going to beat Detroit. Right. They're not going to beat Green Bay. So they're probably going to finish third.
Right.
But they got to get by Minnesota. They've got to get to a point. Peter, 9-8 would be good.
Yeah.
That would show improvement. If you're 8-9 or less, okay. What did you get out of Williams that you could have got out of Fields?
Sure.
That's the thing. Is he going to be the savior? Are they going to go Hosanna, Hosanna, or are they going to go crucify him in Chicago? That's the big thing. And again, Harry thinks that offense, it is better than it was 2 years ago, but it's still bad.
Yeah.
That's the problem. There's just, it's not that good.
No, it's not that good. And I have major questions about it at this point when it comes to the Bears. Have they done enough offensively? I know the skill positions, the Bengals spot is open here. So let's see what they do. You could go wide receiver here. Also, as Vernon has pointed out, Trey Hendrickson has asked for a trade. So could you go Jared Verse here? Where do you go if you're the Cincinnati Bengals because the pick is in at this point?
I think you go wide receiver because you just don't know what you're going to get with T. Higgins right now.
Okay. All right.
And talk all you want. If that offense can put 30 up on the board, all that defense has to do is keep you under 30.
Yeah.
And it doesn't have to be great.
Right.
So, yeah, I think you're looking at either Brian Thomas or Xavier Worthy. Either one.
All right, so let's go here with that. You could go with the offensive. Go with the offensive lineman, the guard there. Cooper DeJean, the cornerback. Brian Thomas Jr., Xavier Worthy, Graham Barton is another player that's on the board at this point that could be in the Bucs' plans. So right now, it's working out for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So far, so good. Of course, they pick at 26. Do you get to a point because you're at 18 right now? You see the Rams. Do you try to is there a point here? And Jason Light talked about this. If there's a player on the board at 20, do you start to think about trading up for a possible Jared Verse if that's your target or a Jackson Powers Johnson?
If it's only one player, Peter, yes. But if there's 7 or 8 that are still on the board above 26,
yeah.
Sit tight, let it happen.
Yep.
Because somebody's going to make a pick that you're going to go, wow, that ain't even in our top 26.
Yeah.
So, yeah, just kind of sit tight. See what happens. Let's see what happens here.
Yep. Let's see what happens here. On with Leo Haggerty. It's the Sports Web during the draft. The commissioner coming to the podium. So here is the pick.
Interesting pick here.
Oh. Amarius Mims, Georgia offensive tackle. So that's what you do. You got a $275 million quarterback that got hurt last year, and you go with Mims to protect him. What do we always talk about? And once again, defensive player on the board. I think the Rams here could go Johnny Newton from Illinois because you lose Aaron Donald. So you could go that direction. You could also go Jared Verse, but I think more Johnny Newton. What do you know about this kid and Newton, a local guy out of Illinois who has really sprung up draft boards at this point?
Peter, again, you're talking about an offensive-minded coach taking a defensive player in the first round. I don't see it.
Yeah.
I just don't see it.
Yeah. Well, you lose Aaron Donald here, and that's a big loss. I mean, how do the Rams recover from that? And I get it. They got the offense there, but
score more points.
Right.
Right.
Exactly. Well,
that's the problem.
And to me, if Newton is the best defensive tackle at that point, you go with Newton if you're the Rams, right?
If that's the way you want to go.
Okay.
And again, Peter, from the ball out, and that's their biggest hole right now is defensive tackle.
Yeah. To me, that makes sense. But they could go with Jared Verse here. They could go with an offensive tackle, being a guard there, and Fontenot. You could go corner. I mean, there's so many needs for this Rams team, and there goes Leo. There he is. There, back. Leo is back again, talking about a quarterback for some reason. Uh-oh.
No, I'm here, Peter. Hold on.
Okay. All right. So he's in the dark there, but don't be in the dark here because 6 quarterbacks have gone in the first round already, highlighted, of course, by Caleb Williams going number 1 to the Chicago Bears, and no surprise at all, Jaden Daniels going number 2 to the Commanders, Drake May going number 3 to the New England Patriots at number 4, Marvin Harrison Jr. Let's go to that pick there. Marvin Harrison Jr. to the Cardinals. It makes lots of sense at the end of the day, right? I mean, you've got Kyler Murray. He's supposedly your franchise quarterback. He doesn't have a number 1 option. You take possibly the best offensive player, the cleanest prospect, and a Harrison Jr., right?
Yeah. It's again, those 3 wide receivers you're going to throw a blanket over.
Yeah.
And I have no problem with however it went.
Yeah.
Yes.
Let me read this comment here. Where is the Greek? The Greek is talking about a quarterback for some reason. Of course, Stafford is up there. Who would you take at quarterback if you're the Rams? Who's on the board at this point? I don't think there's a first-round option.
No. There's nobody on the board.
Is handling his affairs. I don't think it's in the bathroom, so I think he's fine. By the way, I have not ate anything at this point, so I am trying to figure this out. What is going on with these? Well, not trying to figure out what is going on with Mike.
And Peter, I'm running out of gas here. I'm sorry.
No, I get it.
I'm holding on till somebody else can call in and get on with you.
Well,
hey Ray, where are you, Ray? Come on, Ray Kennedy.
Right, exactly. Where are the guys at here? What's going on? I know Harry's dealing with some personal stuff here. So we will here he comes. Here comes Mr. Harry back to this conversation. I believe he's ready to go. So let's go out to him. Surprising here, Mr. Harry the Greek. Welcome back to the Evolution here. The draft, the Rams are up. The Vikings.
You know why Harry couldn't come back on? He was too busy laughing his ass off when the 6 quarterbacks went, right, Harry?
I thought it was hilarious, Leo. What a great pick that was! Oh my God, 6 quarterback. I've never seen that happen.
All right, the pick is in here for the Rams. Are we going with Johnny Newton because he's the
By the
best?
way, I was correct with New Orleans, wasn't I?
Yes, you were.
You were absolutely correct with that. Yes, we will give you your flowers because you were absolutely correct. And you lose Aaron Donald. To me, Johnny Newton out of Illinois makes lots of sense here, guys. What do you think?
Who?
Again, you got an offensive coach that hasn't had a first-round pick since 2016.
Yeah.
Think about that, guys. That's 8 years.
They've got to take a defensive player here, guys. They got to take a defensive player here.
Think it's Johnny Newton.
I mean, how in the world is Quinton Mitchell, Jared Verse, and Terrion Arnold still on the board? How?
Yeah. Well,
10 quarterbacks and wide receivers, Harry.
That's it.
That's the only reason.
Yep.
So.
And they're at 9 now.
I think Johnny Newton here from Illinois, best defensive tackle on the board. You go in that direction. That's where I say
you know
go.
What? I
agree. I'm telling you, I think that's where they go. I mean, kid's got a nice burst. A lot of people compare him to Kalijah Cansey. You know who they compared Kalijah Cansey to last year? Aaron Donald.
I'm the one who compared him to Aaron Donald.
Well, there's been a lot of people that.
And then it caught fire, Pete.
Yeah, there you go. Exactly. Exactly, Greek. I'll give you that. Let's see who they pick here. You can go a multitude, Leo word, of directions. Harry,
multitudinous.
Multitudinous.
Very nice. See, you're teaching me the lingo here. SAT words, if I can talk now.
SAT is fine.
Well, that's because, Peter, you have a plethora of vocabulary.
Plethora.
Plethora or plethora.
Oh, hey, Leo.
Yes.
You meant loquacious vocabulary.
Loquacious.
Very nice. Very nice, gentlemen. Very nice. Bringing your A game tonight as we are 2 hours and 26 minutes in as we await the Rams here at number 19. Of course, all eyes here.
Here it comes right now.
All right, here we go. Who are they going with?
Jared Verse.
Damn it.
I told you.
Damn it.
I told
there you go. There you go. Jared Verse off the board there to a lot of Bucs fans' chagrin. So there you go. He waited a long time. I said he could have gone top 10, top 15. He goes number 19 to the Rams. So Mr.
We
Verse.
didn't think he was making a top 20.
I'm going to sit on with the Steelers because I think the Steelers go wide receiver.
Okay, and I think the Steelers go with the line because you've taught me that's what the Steelers do. They have always predicated on the run game. You got to protect your investment in Russell Wilson. I think you go Jackson Powers Johnson here. That's certainly a possibility. But Jared Verse off the board here. Leo, your thoughts on this young man who came out of nowhere? Yeah. Out of Albany.
Yeah, he can play.
He can definitely play.
He can play.
Constant motor here.
Yep.
About 18 sacks the last 2 years. All kinds of pressures. I love this kid. I hate the fact that he didn't play against Georgia, but I understand it because it's a business decision. But you could see, I mean, whether it's going around the edge with the bend or it's the power rush moves, he's got the full arsenal, if you will.
9 sacks in the last 3 seasons, each season.
Yeah. 18 for Florida State here. The
10
last
plus tackle for a loss in all 4 career seasons. Are you serious?
Yep. There you go. So, and Graham Barton's still on the board here. The Steelers could go Graham Barton. They could go Jackson Powers Johnson. You could go in that direction. Of course, he's excited. The young man should be excited going to the L.A. Rams. So, a lot of Bucs fans disappointed. A lot of Florida State fans in general.
I want to talk about the Dallas Turner pick at 6'4", 250 pounds.
Go for it.
I'll tell you a little bit about this guy. I think he is going to be a one-trick pony in that defense. I think you will be able to run on this guy.
Wow.
That's just my personal opinion.
And listen.
You know what, Harry? I would agree with you, but try to find an offensive coordinator who wants to run the football anymore. That's my biggest concern.
That's true.
Absolutely. All right.
I think that the Pittsburgh Steelers are going to address defense, and eventually I'm going to get this pick right. They're going to take the corner from Toledo, Quindon Mitchell.
I wonder if you're his agent or not, because you've said
no.
You know what? If they go wide receiver, Brian Thomas Jr.
Yeah, but you got a defensive-minded head coach who played coached corners down here. He knows the value of it. If they don't go wide receiver, Harry, I defer to you. I think they go corner.
Well, they could go Terry and Arnold also, a man-to-man corner, which, Pittsburgh does some of that. So you go there. Kool-Aid McKestry could be the pick there. Cooper
Who in the world named their kid Kool-Aid?
Well, there could be worse names out there like Gertrude and Esther and Winifred, but we won't get into that because I have to deal with that tomorrow.
Or Shifid.
Yeah, there you go. Exactly. All right, the pick is in here for the Steelers. Pretty quick, guys. So where did they go? I think they go offensive line.
They're going Quindon.
You could also go guard. Troy Fontenot from Washington, who's still on the board.
I'm hoping they leave.
Peter, I hope they take that kid off the board because you are butchering his name every time you try.
I thought you said it's Fontenot. It's Fontenot.
Yes, but you're finally getting it right. That's good.
Fotanu.
Is
it Troy Fotanu?
Fotanu, or is it Fontenot? It's Fotanu.
Troy Fotanu.
Fotanu.
The offensive tackle from Washington. This kid's a beast.
Well, he's a guard.
He is.
Yeah, he's more of a guard because you look at his body, 6'4", 317. That's a guard to me.
Tell you one thing right now: if he fell in Tampa's lap, they better jump.
I think you got to take him, and he's your left guard. Excuse me, your left guard at that point. And you did pick up Ben Bredesen from the Giants. You also picked up Opeta from the Eagles. Yep. So
that kid
again,
from the Giants, Peter, that kid from the Giants will be a bench rider and a spot starter every once in a while.
We'll see. We'll see. But Jared Verse goes off the board, so that's one guy that's not on there. Chop Robinson, where do you lie on him, Leo? I mean, a lot of people say the athleticism is there, but the statistics aren't. The film isn't there. He does get pressure, but he's not able to finish. Some people even saying, my colleague there, Jason Powers, was saying Joe Tryon Shayenka 2.0. Where do you lie on Robinson?
Peter, if it's a first-round pick, he's got to play now.
Yeah.
You can't bring in somebody who's a project or a suspect. You got to bring in somebody who you're saying you're a starter at that position. I don't think that's him.
Okay.
I think he's a little bit of a project right now.
Okay. Well, I think that's fair, and I think a lot of people would also say that, but because of the athleticism, and then on top of it, I threw this out there.
Here's a stat. Sorry to interrupt.
Yeah, that's okay.
275,000 people showed up in attendance for the NFL draft.
Amazing.
It's night one record.
Amazing.
Wow.
Amazing. Completely amazing. Yeah, that's amazing.
You know what that is, guys? That's Indianapolis 500 numbers.
Yep, that's exactly.
That's the Kentucky Derby
numbers. Yeah.
So
that's I wonder who's watching the store in Detroit.
Shh, I was going to say something, but people are going to try to cancel me.
I know.
Oh, no canceling here. Read Harry's text I sent you. I think he sent. Okay, where's the text at? Pork Chop Robinson. Thanks. Reads Harry text I sent you, and then Vernon, no problem. Absolutely good stuff, Vernon. Thanks a lot for tuning in tonight. You've been very accurate on some of your picks. I like a lot of people have been very accurate.
Here's something good for you.
Yeah, what's up?
The Pittsburgh Steelers have not won a playoff game since 2016.
No.
Wow.
The Washington, who are they this year? The Commanders.
Commanders, yeah.
2005.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. And the big time question with the Steelers is right. With the big time question, the Steelers though, quarterback change. They move on from their young quarterback there. Trade him to the Philadelphia Eagles. His name is escaping me because he basically didn't do anything.
Pickett.
Yeah, Pickett.
I told everybody he'd be
they needed to Pickett him out of there, and they did. They got a 6th round pick, and they go out and get.
He was in the wrong system. I'm going to tell you what. I actually liked him, but when I found out he was going to Pittsburgh, I knew that was not going to be a match made in heaven for him.
The pick can wait for the commercials. Yes.
Here comes the Steelers selection, and someone's going to be picking for the Steelers. This guy looks. I don't know.
Well, I don't know who that guy is, but
this guy big enough looks like he could still play.
All right. Who is it? I'm trying to look here. I'm kind of a little bit behind here. So let's
hold on.
Peter, you got another one. Jackson Powers Johnson, baby. Just like I told you. You go within the lines, just like my buddy over there, Leo Haggerty, taught me. I learned from you, my friend.
Hey, closest to the ball, baby.
That's it. There you go. Bucs fans. Disappointing.
This guy sucks.
That's it. I told you the Steelers would get it right. There you go. Yep.
Woo! Let me ask you a dumb question here, guys.
What's up?
Do the Bucs take a wide receiver?
That's Cam Hayward? No.
Listen, it could be Cam Hayward, and by the way, the son of Iron.
It is Cameron Hayward.
Yeah.
Who killed the Bucs with the Saints, yes, throughout the years. Now it's Cam Hayward, yes.
Yeah.
And Jackson Powers Johnson, yes, sir. Absolutely.
I did not know that Cameron Hayward
and Ric Flair is
was
announcing
a Walter Payton
tomorrow.
NFL Man of the Year.
Yeah.
For the Bucs, and also William Golston is announcing the picks tomorrow. We'll be here live recapping what the Bucs do tonight. And who knows, they may trade out of this, but I still think they're going to get a good player that people least expected. Is it Brian Thomas Jr.? Could they go with a wide receiver?
That's what I'm starting to look at here, guys, is that, you know what? Mike Evans is getting long in the tooth. You hate to admit it, but he's getting there.
Yep.
And if all of a sudden you can put a 6'5", 6'6" guy and replace him with a 6'4", 6'5" guy.
They picked up Troy Fautanu, the kid from Washington I told you about.
Oh, it is. Okay. Well, there you go. I said that also. So it's not Jackson Powers. So Jackson Powers Johnson.
This guy was the best offensive linemen left in the draft.
Yes.
And to me, in my opinion, 1A, 1B for tackles. This kid's that good.
He's gonna be a guard. He's gonna be a guard with the body 6'4", 317. He's gonna be more.
I don't know about that, man.
Yeah, that's what they're listing him right now.
He's not.
He's got long arms, Peter.
Yeah, as we say in the coaching profession, he ain't bringing enough ass.
No,
that's true. But he's got a long arms.
He's no Amarius Mims, who's like 6'9". Somebody told me last night he's too tall. I said, how did that?
No such thing.
No such thing. Ed Too Tall Jones called. He wanted to know what you were talking about. It worked out pretty well for him.
This guy's got fast feet, man.
Yes, he does.
Oh.
Yep. There you go. So, but he more projects to a guard, right? Why is that, Leo? Why would a guy like that project to a guard over playing tackle in college?
Because when you're trying to set up passing lanes, you don't want a guy that's playing guard that's taller than 6'3", 6'4".
Mm-hmm.
You want a guy at tackle who's 6'5", 6'6", or taller.
Yeah.
Because you're going to force this guy to run around him.
Yeah.
Because the guy who's playing edge is going to be a better athlete than your tackle, just because he's going to be like 60 pounds lighter and probably run 3 or 4 tenths of a second faster in the 40. So yeah, you want to make sure that, hey guys, I'm going to have to wave the white flag here. I'm sorry.
Well, I wish you would stay around for at least Tampa's pick. We got 5 more to go. Can you hang out for a little bit?
I got to get me something to eat and drink. So I may call you back. All right.
I'll get you out of here. I'll go ahead and put you in the green room there. You'll go ahead and be able to eat and drink. I will definitely go and eat and drink here in a little bit after this draft, but we're going to definitely cover the Tampa Bay Buccaneer pick. Stand by. Right. We'll see you in a little bit. There you go. So Leo is out of here for now. He's going to go eat. He'll join us. The pick is in for the Dolphins. There's talk they could go Xavier Worthy here, get even faster. For me, I think you got to go Graham Barton. You can even go Jackson Powers-Johnson, because why? You got to protect your investment in Tua. He's still getting hit too much. You don't want to have that concussion situation. You go with the offensive lineman, a guard or a center, and I think you go with Jackson Powers-Johnson or Graham Barton. Graham Barton could possibly be the guy, because I kind of believe what some people are saying about Powers-Johnson, and that, there are some red flags out there with him and severe concussions and the hip and the hamstring. Maybe that scared some people away. Just saying.
Could be. I still think they're going to go defense here.
Okay.
Miami, I know they need an offensive lineman, and I know they need someone out there. Don't be surprised they even pick up another wide receiver, the speedster, Brian Thomas Jr., another speedster, because I'll tell you what, speed's killing. But you know what? I still think they're going to take a corner here. And no, I don't think it's going to be the kid from Toledo. I think it's going to be the kid from Bama, Terrion Arnold.
And it would be funny if once you say that.
That's okay. Yeah, I'll get part of it right. It'll be corner.
Quinyon Mitchell, the cornerback from Toledo. Oh, there you go. Quinyon. Okay. And Roger Shue sends a super chat there, so appreciate that. Super chats are open. The phone lines are open. I know they're about to get backed up just a little bit here. You have to excuse me. We'll probably go to the Tampa Bay Buccaneer pick, and then we'll maybe finish it out, or maybe we'll just end it off for the night. I want to definitely get reaction, but we'll save that reaction, because, guys, to tell you the truth, I have not ate anything for dinner. I have wings over there.
With our luck, they'll trade the pick.
And if they trade the pick, we will be here to cover it. We will end the draft off on that. We'll recap, and then we'll end it up on that. Yeah, exactly.
I'll be in bed watching it from the back of my eyelids.
I mean, what do you think? Is there a possibility you think Jason Light could trade out of this pick?
Buddy, there's so many good players left. They could.
And I did get that pick right. Yes, I did. I got that pick, even though I mispronounced it.
I got to go into the back for a quick second.
All right, there you go. So, guys, that is where we're at right now. Let's go out to Roger Shue, the tribal troll.
Acknowledge me.
Roger, your thoughts on this draft and this show?
Acknowledge the super chat.
Yes, I did acknowledge the super chat. Appreciate the super chat. Guys, give to the super chats there, YouTube super chats. If you love the content here, 3.5 hours last night, nearly 3 hours tonight. We'll stay here for the Bucs pick. But your overall, Jared Verse, kind of disappointing to a lot of Bucs fans, going to the Rams there at number 19. What else did you catch from this draft as the Dolphins pick is in? So we'll see where they go.
This draft is insane.
Yeah. I definitely think the tone has been set with quarterbacks.
What's up is down. What's down is up. It's insane.
Yeah.
I don't even know. Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
I'm glad the Bears got the 2 players that I wanted.
Mm-hmm.
I'm over the moon excited and happy.
Well, and I think you should be. I think you could have gone with an offensive lineman or an edge rusher, but you know what? You get another weapon there. Keenan Allen is up there in age. He's also injury prone. So it makes sense.
You got to go best player available.
And I think also what plays into this is what Travis mentioned tonight there at Rocket Sports and Entertainment is that he was so vocal, Rome, playing with the Caleb Williams. You want to make your quarterback happy. So you get a big-time weapon. You have 3 weapons there. Cooper DeJean is on the board. Brian Thomas Jr., Xavier Worthy, Graham Barton, Quinyon Mitchell, who Harry has talked about ad nauseum. He may go here. For me, I go with either for the Dolphins, Cooper DeJean, or you go with Graham Barton, go with the offensive line, even Jackson Powers Johnson, who once again seems like he could be slipping. Let's go out to David.
Where did Harry go?
Harry took a break here real quick. Everybody's taking a break, so I'm carrying this. The notable defensive departures, you lose Christian Wilkins. You could also go.
All right, the pick is in.
Johnny Newton here, who's the best defensive tackle out of Illinois, because you do lose Christian Wilkins. I forgot all about that. So there you go. Xavier Howard has moved on. Who is it?
Oh!
Hold on. Who is it? Who is it? Let's see. As the chimes go off, let's see who it is. Who do we got?
Peter, you're muted.
No, I'm not. Wow! Chop Robinson off the board.
Oh, yeah!
So there you go, Bucs fans. He is off the board. Chop Robinson looked at as being going there at 26. He is now gone to the Miami Dolphins, and I wasn't muted. Let's go back to Harry the Greek here. Let's see here. Let's go back to you. The big-time news right now, Miami Dolphins select Chop Robinson. Your thoughts?
Wow.
Chop Robinson?
Yep, to the Miami Dolphins. Yep.
He could have actually went top 15. He could have went out of the first round. He's just a really good all-around player. However, with that being said, I don't know if he fits this defense. What's your thoughts, Peter?
I think they lose one of their pass rushers. They lost a couple of their pass rushers last year to injury. This makes sense. He's got lots of potential. The problem is the production isn't there. It doesn't match the potential, but the ceiling is there. He ran the 4-4. People went crazy. I could see them addressing that defensive situation. Makes lots of sense for Miami. And at the end of the day, you got to go after Josh Allen. You got to go after Aaron Rodgers. And you got to go after, you're going to have to go after Drake May there with the New England Patriots.
Peter,
yes.
We've been carpooling all week, and you've been on Chop Robinson all week long.
I have been.
I just wish he would have fell down to you guys.
Well, that's okay. It didn't happen, and that's the way the draft goes. I think here.
The nice thing about this for the Bucs is you're not going defense. The more they keep taking defense, Tampa will get the best available offensive lineman.
I don't know about that. If there is a corner on the board,
what other? That's right. You know what?
You could go
if one of those. Hey, wouldn't that be something if?
Peter,
you would start laughing, wouldn't you, Pete?
Well, I tell you right now, if you go at 26 and the best value on the board is Brian Thomas Jr., why not go with him?
Yeah.
I'm being serious here, guys, because Mike Evans is getting up there in age. Chris Godwin is coming into a contract year. People go, well, you don't have a third wide receiver. Well, you also can get those weapons. I know you have a needed offensive line, but once again, we go back to it. Jason Light.
You really need an offensive lineman here, Peter. We really need an offensive lineman here in Tampa.
You do. You're absolutely correct about that. Let's go out to David here. I still want Brandon Fisk, that little ball of energy next to Vita. And Yaya on the outside. Joe Tryon might actually have a year like Shaq Barrett did because nobody's going to worry about him. It's a good point, Dave. Absolutely great point.
Oh, yeah.
If
he
you don't
was left out there the past couple of years on an island, and he's just completely blown off. This experiment with Joe Tryon Shayenka is over.
This could go two ways here for the Eagles. Two names I want you to pay attention to. Jackson Powers Johnson, because Kelsey is retired. You go in that direction, or you go with Tyler Guyton, Oklahoma offensive lineman, right tackle. You could go in that direction.
That's a deep pick, Pete.
Yeah, and you could go with your guy right here who they're showing on the screen, Quinyon Mitchell out of Toledo, who Harry has been an agent for tonight.
Now they're showing Terry and Arnold.
Bro, I'm telling you.
Terry and Arnold.
Terry and Arnold could be they're going to go corner here. This is Philadelphia.
Dallas is taking Powers, so the Bucs should just trade out of the first and add some picks. That's a possibility, but you may miss out on a Terry and Arnold if he's still on the board. You may miss out on a Kool-Aid McKestry if he's on the board. You may
I want
out
that guy on my team.
Kool-Aid. Who doesn't like Kool-Aid? Right.
Peter,
who is this?
Earlier in the week.
Who is getting picked here?
Who names their kid Kool-Aid?
Nate Wiggins out of Clemson. He's still on the board. Corners, a plethora. Leo Word. Lots of
That's
corners.
like me being from Chicago. I name my kid Beef.
Now right, exactly. You did. That beef sandwich today that I had, you probably could name your kid after Beef.
Was it salty and savory, Pete?
I didn't steer you wrong, did we?
It was so good. It didn't last long. I'm telling you guys, I hoovered that damn thing.
And tell me, the bread actually stayed together, even being so wet, didn't it?
It was awesome. Awesome. Here, listen. The Eagles here, they emphasize trenches, right? They try to protect Jalen Hurts. You lose Kelsey. You get the best center here. Is it Graham Barton? Is it Jackson Powers Johnson? Is it Guyton as a right tackle, or possibly going to a left tackle because Lane Johnson is injury prone? I think you go with any of those directions, and you could also go with the corner.
I'm going to go with Guyton.
I think that was my pick too. But again, the centers are out there. Graham Barton, Jason Kelsey just retired. So who's your center? Who's your center at this point, guys? Is it Jackson Powers Johnson? Is it Graham Barton, or somebody on that roster?
Graham Barton.
Yeah. I mean, and then if Jackson Powers Johnson doesn't go here and he starts to slip even more, and let's say the Bucs pass on him at 26, then there was something wrong. There was something that was had. Let's go out to Ray Howard. I think the Bucs should take best available player or trade down. We don't need to reach. Agree. And, a lot of Bucs fans kind of envision them reaching with Chop Robinson. But once again, the Miami Dolphins are showing you.
The pick is in. Here comes Goodell.
All right, here we go. So I think you bank on an offensive lineman, but I may be wrong. I may be wrong about this. Let's see.
Harry, any bourbon tonight?
Too much.
Harry, where do they go here?
Nice.
Is it they go with an offensive lineman?
I think they're going to go corner. I really do. I don't know why, because their corners were actually, I do know why, because their corners were so bad last year. That was just horrible. It's atrocious.
You lose Kelsey to retirement.
I know, I understand that, but that was pretty bad.
Yeah, and this has been your formula for throughout this whole process. You build within the lines.
God, I hate Goodell.
And great job. I'm sure he likes you.
There they go.
All right, here we go. Eagles are on the clock. Goodell has approached the podium. Do not tip the pick.
I won't tip it. I'll just tell you.
Let's see. What do you guys think? If Falcons pick was wild, it was, but it's typical Falcons pick. I do think he's a hell of a quarterback. We'll see. We'll see how it goes with him. He's not going to start right away. You got Kirk Cousins there. So where do the Eagles go here? Why are they taking so long? What is this?
They're talking about who knows.
Dinner?
We're talking about athletes.
Athletes, great. Graham
Roger
Barton.
Goodell.
Shut up, Goodell. Just announce a damn pick.
I'll keep you posted.
Shut up!
I mean, I wish he would shut up at this point and make the pick. I mean, is he doing like some tribute? See, I can't hear this. I've got it on mute because I'm doing the show here. So, and I appreciate you guys tuning in tonight. Really appreciate it. Powers or Kool-Aid? Well, Powers may be gone here. It's a possibility. He may also go to Dallas, but if he's there.
Oh, Peter, I think you and the Greek got it.
What is it? Who is it? Who?
Here it is. Quinyon Mitchell. I told you they're going to take a corner.
You got it. All right, you got it. All right, so Jackson Powers Johnson is still on the board there. Graham Barton is
now,
still on the board.
Let me tell you a little bit about this kid.
Yeah.
He's only 195 pounds, but he is a lockdown corner. This kid ran a 4.3 40. Okay.
What?
That's right. A 4.3 40, just shy of 200 pounds and 6 foot tall. This kid could flat out ball. I'm telling you, they just fixed their secondary with this one pick.
Gotta love it. Gotta love it. And let's go out to Recon Scout here. What is this from Down Under? Yes, it is. And let's go out to Lloyd. It's almost 4 a.m. in the UK. I am so tired. Man, appreciate you tuning in. I love this. Like, this is international
What's
now.
up, Lloyd?
Awesome. Oh, yeah. Thank you, Lloyd. Appreciate it. Of course,
Shout out to the UK.
Yeah, we are associated with buckpower.com, the Buck Power Podcast Network with Mr. Paul Stewart. So thanks a lot for tuning in. I don't think he's watching the draft.
I got to be honest with you.
Yes.
I'm just surprised that this kid lasted this long.
Right.
This kid, top 10 talent. Top 10 in the first round.
Yes. All right, Jacksonville is on the board. Terry and Arnold here, I think is possibility because you're 26 versus the pass. Kool-Aid, McKestry, you could go that direction.
Terry and Arnold's going to Jacksonville.
Yeah.
You know what? Wait a minute. I'm going to throw you a curveball.
Throw me a curveball.
I'm going to go Brian Thomas Jr., wide receiver, LSU.
I don't hate it because, listen, you lose Calvin Ridley, you replace him with Gabe Davis, but you could always add value.
Same type of receivers. And let's not forget about what's his name? Nate Wiggins from Clemson.
Look at this. There you go.
Peter.
Not a Jaguar fan, and always in London. We hate that. Yes.
Peter,
yes.
You are a Jaguars fan because you love Tony Khan.
No, I don't.
Do the right thing.
No, I don't. I do not love Tony Khan, and I do not love Shad Khan, the villain from James Bond movie. No, I do not love them. But listen, they're definitely trying to build around Trevor Lawrence. They fell off last year. There was a lot of expectations for that team to go to the playoffs, and they suffered. Playoffs, and I think it definitely comes down to being 26 versus the pass. You got to have a corner. I get it. You also got to have a pass rush, but you got to have a corner at the end of the day. I tell you who else is on the board that you're not talking about. We're not talking about right now. Johnny Newton, defensive tackle from Illinois. Wouldn't it be something if they feel like, you know what? We're going to do this from the inside. We're going to have Vita Vea, Kalijah Cansey, and Newton for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers at 26. Do not rule that out at all. Do not rule it out.
But Peter, with your comments, you've now been banned from AEW shows for life.
Why?
You said you hate Tony Khan and his father.
No, I didn't. I did not say I hate him at all. I just said I'm not.
Tony Khan?
He's talking about wrestling, man. You're not going to like that. You're going to go off into a fetal
Khan
position.
And Tony Khan own the Jaguars.
Yes, they're great, man. They do a great job.
I want to go barf from my mouth.
Right, Dick the Bruiser.
Okay, we're good now.
Okay,
Dusty Rhodes.
Dusty Rhodes, yes. Dusty Rhodes, now Cody Rhodes, somebody.
The Mancini brothers.
The Mancini brothers, absolutely.
Oh, God.
As Mark got in last night, he was talking about Pittsburgh. He did a good job. Doing a good job with the analysis. I was trying to make them picks. He didn't do good with that. And then also, I think he picked Spencer Rattler for Dallas. That's not a good pick. I got Dak Prescott.
Don't know much about Spencer Rattler. I really don't.
I know a lot about him. He's very inconsistent. He's definitely not a first-round quarterback. He's like a third or fourth round quarterback at this point. Not a first round. Not even for Dallas. In Dallas, you're going to go offensive line, aren't you? Or you could go defensive line. You could do that.
I think they're going to take another corner. They're that goofy.
They could.
Or they could go Brian Thomas Jr.
Well, I tell you right now, Brian Thomas.
I think Brian Thomas Jr. is going to Jacksonville.
Oh, wow. Jim Sutton sent us, look at this, 145 stars. Appreciate you.
Damn it, Jim. What the hell's the matter with you?
I appreciate that. Nothing's wrong with you, man. Thank you very much for that. Facebook stars are open as always, so appreciate that. Thank you very much, sir.
Thanks, Jim,
for giving the stars out there. Absolutely. So the Jacksonville Jaguars at 23. So 3 more picks, Bucs fans, until the Bucs decide who they're going to take at number 26.
Calvin Ridley, 4-year, $92 billion contract.
Who do you go to, by the way? He went to Tennessee.
Tennessee.
That's why they weren't going to draft a wide receiver. We were talking about that before. Yeah, you pay Ridley, of course, the gambling fame. And
Oh, yeah, Calvin Ridley. What an idiot.
Yeah.
$50, 18 parlay. The Greek never approves 18 parlays. And here we go.
All right, here we go. The pick is in here for the Jacksonville Jaguars. 26 versus the pass. Terry and Arnold, say it with me.
Brian Thomas Jr. I called it.
No way. Did they really go Brian Thomas Jr.?
Dude, I'm not
Wow,
kidding.
Brian
I told
Thomas Jr. What a great pick that is. I love that pick for the Jacksonville Jaguars. You lose Calvin Ridley to the Tennessee Titans. You got Gabe Davis. You're giving Trevor Lawrence. But once again, it doesn't solve your need there because you're 26 against the pass. But once again, you go with a weapon there on the outside. He probably was the best player on their board, and they're going with it. So
6'2", 210 pounds, and this kid flat out flies.
Yes, he does. Yes, he does.
Hold on.
Yes. Yes, absolutely. And I love his tape. His tape is impressive. We saw him at the ReliaQuest Bowl. He was tremendous. Malik Neighbors was tremendous. Both of those reasons why Neighbors went off and got picked in top 10. And also this kid. This is a great value selection for the Jacksonville Jaguars. Dallas here. Where do you see them? Could they go Nate Wiggins, a corner? Could they go offensive lineman here? Graham Barton?
You know what? I'm going to take a dark horse here. Can I give 2 of them?
Go ahead. Go for
Nate Wiggins is a corner or a wide receiver. Ladd McConkey.
Well, you could go Ladd McConkey. You could also go Dallas product, Texas, Xavier Worthy, who was fast.
Yeah, Xavier Worthy was really fast.
Donnie Mitchell, you could go also, but Brian Thomas Jr. So Bucs fans, another.
I'm not going wide receiver. I'm going to go corner, either the kid from Bama or the kid from Clemson.
And I could definitely go line here because you lost Tryon Smith. What's his name? The left tackle there. Not Joe Tryon. What's his name? Tyron Smith. Tyron Smith. Yeah, he went to the Jets. So you have a hole there to a certain degree.
Yeah.
Again, you can go with Barton. You can go with Jackson Powers Johnson. What other offensive linemen are on the board at this point? It's looking at some
my
of this.
brain is like spaghetti.
Mine too, man. Mine's getting to that point at this juncture because I think we've done this and we're almost at 3 hours for this, and it's been a crazy draft. It really has been.
Mm-hmm.
So, update tonight. If you're a Lightning fan, you're not happy as they lose to the Florida Panthers, 5-3. I believe it's 5-3 here. Let me just check this score to make sure. But the Lightning are down 3-0 in this series. Yep, 5-3, and that the Orlando Magic took a game tonight at home, so they're now down 2-1 to Cleveland. Let's see. Anthony says, I could see them drafting Newton. I could see the same thing. Godwin looks to go next year. Do we draft a replacement now? If so, who? I mean, Lloyd, if Brian Thomas Jr. were on the board, I would go with that.
Who's up now? Dallas?
Yeah.
They're going to go corner. Dallas. Then Green Bay's probably going to go Jarzan Newton, the kid from Illinois, because they're going to need another stud.
Just call him Johnny. He just wants to be called Johnny.
Does he?
Yeah, it's Johnny Newton.
I think the Bucs, if they go offensive line, they're either going to go Tyler Guyton or
I don't think
Graham Barton, or they can go Graham Barton here.
They could go Graham Barton because he's a center and a guard, and they love that flexibility. You go Jackson Powers Johnson. A lot of fans want him as a center because it reminds
Graham Barton's a better player.
It definitely may be. With all the medical red flags, we'll see how that works. You could go corner here. You could go Keon Coleman, wide receiver from the Florida State Seminoles. As crazy as that sounds, yeah, you could go again. I trust in light. I think that's what you. That absolutely. Let's go out to Roger. Lightning one and done. Lloyd says Godwin leaving will hurt. Nothing official, but he does have a big time cap hit, and a lot of Bucs fans saying, you know what, he could be out of here after this big time cap hit. Maybe you draft his replacement, and it's not Trey Palmer.
Not the first round. Not the first round.
If you think Keon Coleman is the highest player on your board, you could go Johnny New. You could go again. You could go various directions, but lots
of offensive lineman.
Yeah,
get this offensive lineman. You can address in the offseason. You can address next year's draft for a wide receiver. You don't have to get Godwin's replacement yet, and I don't think Godwin's leaving even with the cap hit. I think it's Mike Evans that might be leaving.
Well, Evans has got 2 more years, so he's.
I understand he's got 2 years, but it'd be a hell of a hit.
Yeah,
but you can't afford to be without with Chris Godwin. Chris Godwin's one of the premier receivers in the National Football League, and he just so happens to be wearing a Buccaneer uniform.
Yeah, let's see here. Let's go out to Lloyd. Would love Coleman, but same as Palmer, they do need time. MK3 can't go. Yeah, he's got 2 more years to go, and I definitely think they could revisit doing a contract extension depending on if he's still playing at a high level. Of course, he wants to eclipse that mark from Jerry Rice. He wants to get 11 consecutive, tie it this year, 11 consecutive 1,000-yard receiving seasons, and then eclipse Jerry Rice. And then he's already in the Hall of Fame, in my opinion. But if you eclipse Jerry Rice with the consecutive 1,000-yard receiving seasons, forget it. He's first ballot, no doubt, at the end of the day. And then if he's still playing at that high level, you look at that. Let's see. You think the first running back comes off the board to Dallas? I don't know if you draft a running back here. I mean, who are you thinking there? I think running backs the later rounds that you usually don't see a running back go in the first round. I'd be shocked.
Roger, going corner.
Acknowledge me.
All right, pick is in for the Dallas Cowboys. Let's see where they go. Where do the Dallas Cowboys go? What are we thinking here? Offensive line, Graham Barton? Or are we thinking
Brad we trust?
You could go Guyton here. You could actually go Guyton from
I'm hoping the guy they don't take an offensive lineman. I want the Buccaneers to at least be able to pick up one of these linemen.
We got a trade alert. Who is
the pick's in Detroit?
Dallas Cowboys have traded the pick. Dallas has traded the pick to Detroit. Why? Where is Detroit going here? Terry and Arnold.
They got to go defense here.
You go Terry and Arnold, even though you picked up Carlton Davis. You go Terry and Arnold from Alabama, or you go Kool-Aid, or you go Cooper DeJean from Iowa. I mean, you really can't go wrong here with some of the selections. You really can't. Yes. So there will be an offensive lineman on the board, it looks like, for the Bucs.
So did Dallas trade the pick?
They did. They just traded the pick. Dallas has traded the pick to the Lions. The Lions now are on the clock, and the pick is in. Look, you don't make a trade unless you have something in mind. They've made that trade.
Dallas is receiving a 3rd-round pick.
There you go.
They had to give up a 7th-rounder for this.
There you go. So the Lions are right there. Who are they going to go with? Defensive back definitely comes to mind. Terry and Arnold on the board there. Kool-Aid is on the board.
They're going DB.
Gene.
This is all setting up for Tampa Bay to take. If they take a defensive player here, which they probably are, this sets up for Tampa so well to take the best available offensive lineman.
You could definitely do that. They could absolutely do that if that's where they're going to go.
Because at that point, you know what? They can also trade back too.
They could, man. I tell you right now, but Detroit is going crazy right now because they just traded up. Of course, the draft is in Detroit with Eminem coming out tonight. Nearly over 150,000 people at the draft. Good for you.
250.
200. Yeah, crowd is insane.
Well, they love it. And people go, well, the draft can't go prime time. Oh, really? People care about this draft. The fans care about this draft. The NFL has gotten it right. Say whatever you want to about Goodell and the decision-making process, but they know what they
Did they boo him this year? I didn't think they booed him.
I think they always boo him, and that's just become a running joke at this juncture. It really has. It's kind of funny. All right, 275,000 confirmed. Wow. Powers, says Lloyd, so it could be Could be Johnson. I'm forgetting his name already, man.
Terry and Arnold wiping tears out of his eyes.
Yeah, it's Terry and Arnold. That's Terry and Arnold. That makes lots of sense. I don't see how you can't go with Terry and Arnold there. Yeah,
he's a hell of a corner.
He is, and man to man corner. Still,
I don't even think he's not even a senior, is he? Was he a junior?
That's a great question. I don't know that, but I'm texting my friend right now. Yes, Arnold.
I hate the pick. It could be a lot of problems for the Bears.
Well,
actually, he's a decent corner. He can be manhandled a little bit. You can get hands on this guy.
All right, let's go out to Vernon. To be honest, the NFL draft's the only draft that really matters. Absolutely. It surpassed the NBA, the NHL. Nobody knows about it. Major League Baseball. And somebody was asking me this on this draft page. Why don't you cover the other drafts? Nobody cares. I can get on here and talk about Major League Baseball draft. Nobody knows who the players are. Nobody cares about it. It's not a spectacle like the NFL draft. So great comment there by Vernon. As always, killing it. Just me, or are we wanting power?
Here comes Roger.
All right, here we go.
We'll see. We'll see.
He's got a posse with him.
Yep. Again, the Bucs will have some choices here. They're going to have lots of choices. They're going to have Kool-Aid. They're going to have Cooper DeJean.
They don't take someone on the offense here.
Well, Green Bay still. You got Green Bay here. All right. So the Lions, their pick is in. Is it Terry and Arnold? Terry and Arnold, right? God, I hate the dead. Lights masterclass incoming, as always. And he could also trade out of this. I hope not.
Terry and Arnold can actually play nickel as well. He
can
play all three positions.
Yep. Man-to-man cover, physical corner. Again, makes lots of sense for Detroit. And, of course, making a trade for our old friend there, Carlton Davis. That's why the Bucs have an extra third-round pick tomorrow night. So, is Goodell being booed once again?
Nope. Yep. And here comes.
Okay, we got the announcements. Boy, they take a long
Terry
time.
And Arnold.
Terry and Arnold. All right.
Here it is.
All right, Peter, real quickly. Yes. After the Jaguars pick, they showed Tony Khan in the war room.
Terry and Arnold is the pick.
The attack on AEW television.
Well, good storytelling. There you go. That's the way you buy it. There you go. Terry and Arnold to Alabama. I like the pick. I think it makes sense. They're trying to reshape that back end. That's how you got to do it. You got to have corners, especially when you have a quarterback-driven league, which we've seen tonight, which has been dominated by quarterbacks. 6 quarterbacks.
They're going to need a lot of corners in Detroit.
First round. Yeah. Yep. Well, you're going to definitely need that. And, again, it comes back down to what? It comes back down to it's a quarterback league. You need corners, and you also need pass rush to get after the quarterback here. So the Green Bay Packers will be coming on the board there, and then your Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So 2 more picks, Tampa Bay Buccaneer fans, and they will be on the clock.
Where's Tampa Bay Ray?
I don't know where Tampa Bay Ray is. Tampa Bay Ray is MIA tonight, I guess.
This is the biggest night of the year, and Ray's not here. What's up with that?
Yeah, he's And by the way, this is a record for me. I've not ate anything for the last 4 hours. So after this Bucs pick, I may take some more reaction. I think I'll save that for tomorrow. I got to go eat some wings.
As soon as the Bucs pick is over, it's deuces, baby.
Yeah.
7 up.
Yeah, definitely.
I agree.
But I appreciate the support, Mr. Tribal Troll.
Acknowledge me.
Appreciate the YouTube super chats. We also got Facebook stars from Damn It Jim.
Damn it, Jim. What the hell is the matter with you?
Thank you, Jim.
Yes.
We're greatly appreciated.
Thanks, Jim.
Absolutely. Thank you, Jim. And again, we didn't allow the tech to affect us tonight because it did first. Wi-Fi was a little bit shoddy. Don't know what that was all about. Couldn't connect to the profile. I'm going to see if we can connect to the profile now.
Peter, you look horrible for the first 20 minutes.
Well, thank you. I think a lot of people would just say I look horrible any way it goes. I got a face for radio instead of TV. But
face for radio.
Let's go. Imagine being me.
Where have you heard that before?
Well, you shut up and be quiet. I wasn't
I've been
serious.
telling you that for 20 years.
LFG Tampa Bay. Packers first pick is in. Who do the Packers go with here? Cooper DeJean.
Tampa Bay Ray is not here, so I'm going to go with his pick. And at 26, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers select the kicker.
This guy sucks.
Terrible analysis, Ray, a.k.a. Mr. Roger right there. So who do the Packers go with? You go with Graham Barton? Do you go with Jackson Powers?
It doesn't matter who the Packers pick.
Do you go with the corner here? Who do you go with?
I don't know.
I'm looking at my draft board right now. Nate Wiggins out of Clemson.
The Packers are going to take probably close to home Iowa's corner, Cooper DeJean.
DeJean. No, it's DeJean.
DeJean, sorry.
DeJean, it's all right. I've been missing.
Or actually, just call him John Newton.
John Newton. Oh, Johnny Newton. Definitely going that direction.
How about Big Newton?
Big Newton. Jesus. Get out. All right.
Packers.
Yes.
Bum. Green Bay sucks.
Hopefully they go after Adonai Mitchell.
All right, so let's go back out to the legend here. Let's get his intro on. Here we go. Former Coach Scott and now media member of Night Sports Productions, Amped Up Sports.
Book him, Dano.
Let's go out to Leo here.
Welcome back, Leo.
Yes, Leo is back on with us as we are awaiting the Tampa Bay Buccaneer pick. Packers are in here. Anything surprise you? I know you had to eat a little bit, but what did you see the last 5 picks?
Well, you know what, Peter? I have to admit I was wrong. I said that there would be 6 quarterbacks, 4 wide receivers gone by number 20. Well, they waited till number 23. So I have to say I was wrong with that. But I'm not surprised the Eagles got the corner. That was where they were decimated last year.
Yeah.
And I tell you, I see a lot of teams that, and Peter, we said this, that when we got around to 22, 23, there may have been a guy up there on their board at 10, 11, 12, and that's why we're seeing so many trades happening now because they figure, hey, I'll give up a second rounder to get the guy I want.
Yeah. If you're Tampa Bay right now, well, first the Packers. Well, I tell you what, let's go and backtrack. Brian Thomas Jr., value there for the Jacksonville Jaguars. They lose Calvin Ridley to Tennessee. What a dynamite pick there because of the value at 23. What do you think about the Jacksonville Jaguars and Brian Thomas Jr.?
Oh, God. What? I'll tell you what, I think Trevor Lawrence is salivating right now.
Yes.
You know, now I lost the target, but I think I may have got a better target.
Yes.
But yeah. Calvin Ridley was a little bit on the shorter side. I mean, you got a guy almost 6'2", 6'3", right in that range.
Yeah.
That can flat out run. So now you're going to put a whole lot of speed on that field if you go three wideouts with what the Eagles can put on the field now. And you got Dallas Goedert as tight end.
Right.
Hey, that's a lot of offensive weaponry there.
Well, definitely for the Eagles and also for the Jacksonville Jaguars. And I like it. Gabe Davis and again, Thomas Jr. going there with the value, everything we've heard. With Tampa Bay right now, it looks like they could get an offensive lineman in a Graham Barton. They could also get a Jackson Powers Johnson. Keon Coleman is on there as a wide receiver. You could go corner, depending on what the Packers do
here.
The
Cheeseheads pick is in. Here's Goodell.
All right.
Oh,
Roger. Boy, this draft is it's kind of flown by. I'm not going to say that it's been like the slowest draft, but it's been fun, guys. We have a conversation and lots of crazy moves, and I think the craziest move of the night, and I love Penix Jr.
Oh!
What?
Right.
What?
They took the Jordan Morgan from Arizona, the tackle from there. Good.
Oh, they had to because
really?
Yeah.
Over the other two?
Well, he is very athletic. He is extremely athletic. And that's what you're going to need with a Jordan Love quarterback.
Let me tell you something. He's really good against the run.
Yes.
He's really going to hurt you against the pass. You know who he reminds me of?
Donovan
Smith.
Oh, geez.
Identical type of player.
You mean the guy who got a Super Bowl ring last year?
Yes.
Pick is in. Tampa Bay's pick is in. It's in, guys. They ran to the podium.
Easy, Peter.
Who is it? Who is the pick? Who
Peter.
is the pick here? They ran to the podium. It didn't take long. Is it Graham
It's a
Barton?
kicker out of Colorado State.
Shut up and be quiet.
This guy sucks.
They are going to take an offensive lineman. They're either taking Tyler Garton.
They're not taking Guyton.
Tyler Guyton.
No.
I'm going to give you 3 players: John Newton, Tyler Guyton, Jackson Powers Johnson.
Graham Barton.
Or that's
you could go Kool-Aid here also.
No.
You need an offensive lineman.
Yeah.
Okay.
I do not want someone named Kool-Aid playing for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
No, Peter, remember when I told you last year that when I watched the Dallas Cowboys?
You got to go Graham Barton here.
Yeah. You got to take an offensive lineman.
Powers Johnson. I mean, this would definitely be great for the fan base. I like Powers Johnson. Don't get me wrong. I still think, edge is the biggest need at this point. But do you have somebody that's edge at this juncture that's on the board that you're going to go with? I would say I don't think you do. So I don't think edge is the need at this point.
Boy.
Well, to be honest, Peter, you know what the need is on the Buccaneers? A pass rush somewhere, somehow.
Right.
Because that covers up a lot of sins in the secondary.
Well, that's my point of the whole emphasis here, and they're going to go to a stupid commercial.
They always go to a commercial between the picks, Peter.
I hate
because Goodell's got to go to the bathroom.
Yeah, it's into the bathroom. Yeah.
Listen, Peter, they need a pass rush.
Yeah.
Not as bad as they need to stop the pass rush. They need an interior offensive lineman badly.
Yeah, because if Baker Mayfield goes down, what's plan B?
Well, what if you go John Newton here? What if you go Johnny Newton, the defensive tackle out of Illinois? What if you go that direction? That's been talked about.
That's a good pick, but man, they need someone.
Barton
they're not addressing.
You could go Barton from Duke. That would be amazing. Kool-Aid, Tristan Gay says, okay, so let's go through these comments here really quick. Let's go out to Dave. Or actually, let's go Sweet Doo-Doo. I don't know what that is. Powers, okay. I take a guy named Mountain Dew if he's good. I think everybody would. Let's go out to Blackie. Bucs should take Barton from Duke. You could definitely go in that direction. Buried empty that slot, but you can cover that late on. Powers is the one. Okay. Tristan says Kool-Aid. Tim, it is him. Ben, I believe they drafted Barton. Is that the pick? If Barton is the pick, guys, that's
then you can move Hainsey out to guard or tackle, right?
Well, you could do that, or you could go Barton at left guard. You could go Barton because he's versatile.
Yeah.
Playing that left guard spot, playing the center position. Maybe they like Hainsey at center, and you go with Barton at left guard. That would make sense.
It's gonna be Barton.
It could be
I
Powers.
told you it should have been. They're gonna go. Listen. This was the debate for how many months now, Leo and Peter?
Yeah.
And I kept standing on a soapbox, going, "They're gonna draft
offensive lineman.
Offensive lineman. They have to." I didn't want that sexy pick, man.
Well, I don't think it's a sexy. For me,
But then again, they haven't picked them yet. I'm just telling you. I think
you've got a need there also, with pass rusher because you got rid of Shaq Barrett. You're going to depend on Joe Tryon. I know you got Randy Gregory, but we'll see.
You got Swiss cheese on that offensive line. They need it
Oh.
badly.
Like I said, Peter, when I watched the Dallas Cowboys highlight film last year.
What'd you say?
When I saw the Dallas Cowboys highlight film last year, half of it was against the Buccaneers.
Yeah.
That ain't good when that's happening.
Being a Greek guy, I have full faith in the Greek.
Okay, great. And protect Baker. Yeah, absolutely. Definitely protect Baker at this point. Yes. I don't have any problem with that. I just I see, again, there's a need there with pass rusher, but there really is not an edge pass rusher on the board. There really isn't. I don't think. I mean, they're
not a first round edge pass rush.
No, you have Nealand, who has been talked about, but he's more of a second to third round guy, probably second at this point. Maybe you go.
All right, they're showing the draft room with the Buccaneers.
Okay, let's see what they're doing because that pick came in quick. They didn't waste any time. It's like they got it. So do we have it? It would absolutely, Tristan. It would absolutely benefit. A guard would benefit the run game a hell of a lot. And again, it may not be the sexiest pick, but it's the pick that you need. You're exactly right about that. It's a good need. It's a very good pick. You can't go wrong with drafting an offensive lineman. Usually, more times than not, they work out.
Harry, quick question: when is the next Bears pick?
God, second round, and then I think day 3.
I'm thinking don't they pick it like 75 or something?
I don't know. Honestly, I was only really interested.
Mayfield awaiting this pick. Could it be a defensive player? Could it be Johnny Newton? That's been talked about. I don't know. Don't be surprised.
Wow, they are going to.
All right, here we go.
Ever.
They're just going to. Okay, we got the band playing. Why is the band? And now my streaming is going wrong here. So
here comes Roger Goodell.
Thank God. Please. Let's see here what the pick is. And we will. The phone lines are open after this, guys. If you want to comment.
Here comes Roger.
Here we go.
Oh,
Graham Barton. There you go. Graham Barton.
Who did they take?
Graham Barton from Duke over Jackson Powers Johnson. Yes, but you're exactly right. Graham Barton. I like the pick. I
love the pick.
Yeah, I like the pick. So there you go. Graham Barton out of Duke.
If this kid can stay healthy, you got the closest thing to a Ryan Jensen.
Yes, you do.
I like what you're talking about there. That is a very, very good. Absolutely.
He's a good field general. This guy knows how to. Oh my God, he's so smart. And he went to Duke. I mean, really?
6'5", 313.
What?
That's a nice anchor in the middle of the line, isn't it?
Yes, absolutely. And they're saying center, so you could definitely be the center. You could room.
By the way, look at the highlight reel. That's against Florida State. This is against Clemson. That's telling you something.
Yep, that's it. Picked at. Let's see here. Picked at.
There's another Florida State.
Lacrosse.
26.
All right, guys, I'm tapping out. I'll watch the rest of the show on YouTube. You guys all have a great night. It's been an awesome show.
Thank you.
And I'll see you soon.
Thank you for calling in.
Yep, thank you. Appreciate you, Roger. All right, great pick there. There you go. So it is Graham Barton. He could play multiple positions. He could play guard. He could play center. Leo, where do you see it? Where do you see him being slotted? It's a good problem to have. But
center, Peter, because now you free up Hainsey, who can play all 3. He can play all 5 spots.
Right. Yeah.
That's huge.
Yeah, that's very true. Very true.
Tampa Bay Buccaneers have addressed and they fixed their offensive line problems.
Yeah.
I'm not as high on Hainsey as other people are, but he is very serviceable. And that was the best pick that the Tampa Bay Buccaneers could have possibly made.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people wanted Powers Johnson, but they really got the best offensive lineman in this. I mean, not in the draft. They got the best center in the draft. I can tell you that.
Yeah.
And you know what, guys? Don't be surprised if, like, in rounds 4 or 5, they don't take another offensive lineman.
They may. They very well. And Darius Robinson goes off the board to the Cardinals at 27. Let's go out to Blackie. Great pick. I agree with you. People always worried about beautiful picks, but the Bucs are key on ugly picks.
You know what? I think I was preaching that for, I don't know, months on months.
I will give it to you. I still think if there were an edge rusher on the board at the end of the day, like a Chop Robinson or somebody we talked about, Jared Verse.
I am so glad they weren't.
Well,
yeah.
But Johnny Newton was on the board as a defensive tackle. A lot of people associated the Bucs going in that direction, and they go with Barton. So
I am absolutely tickled pink.
All right, guys.
They got that center. Peter,
yes,
I'd love to hang out, but you got the man, the myth, the legend right down below.
No, Harry, I'm tapping out too. It's late.
See you later.
All right, good stuff, Harry. Thanks a lot for your time.
Congratulations, man. What a great draft night.
Yes.
We've seen a lot of history here. Leo, you were right. God bless America. You were right. Peter, great picking on the first 8 in a row. I'm sorry, first 7 in a row is just unbelievable.
Yeah.
You know?
And by the way, guys, I want you to tell me any national pundit anywhere that said 6 quarterbacks going early.
I don't see a lot of people.
First off, those national pundits are a bunch of idiots. Anybody watch Peter King's stuff that he's writing? Give me a break.
Great show, guys, says Recon. Thank you, sir. Vernon, thank you very much for participating. Don't be a stranger, my friend. Great show as always. Thank you, sir. Appreciate you, Harry. Thanks a lot for your time. Congratulations to your Chicago Bears. Give me some final thoughts of this draft in 2024 in the first round.
Speechless. There's my final thoughts. Absolutely speechless. Love what the Bears did. I absolutely love, from being a Bears fan, what the Minnesota Vikings did. What a shocker. Leo was right. How about picking up a quarterback for the Atlanta Falcons? Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
It was just unbelievable. And then just everything, the tide started flowing around. 6. How many quarterbacks, Leo?
Yeah.
6 in the first 12 picks.
6 picks.
And 3 wide receivers.
I've never seen that.
Yes.
No, ever.
Not even a defensive player in the first 12 picks.
Right here, gentlemen, did the Buffalo Bills go with Keon Coleman, wide receiver, because you traded Stephon Diggs and you lose Gabe Davis? Is this where you go here if you're the Buffalo Bills?
You probably do, but I'm tapping out. Much
All right,
love.
my friend.
Thank you, Peter.
Yes, sir. I will see you later. Maybe we'll see you tomorrow.
Go Bucs, go Bears.
Okay, there you go. Great stuff there. Leo, you want some final thoughts on this draft?
Well, Peter, I hate to say I told you so, but I told you so.
You did?
And this tells you about how the NFL and its teams view the quarterback position. They will desperately look at someone and say, this is my guy. Do I think all 6 are going to be successful? Probably not. There's a chance, because I think the right guys went to the right teams.
Whoa! Buffalo has traded the pick to the Kansas City Chiefs here.
They're going to take a wide receiver.
You take Keon Coleman here, or you take a speed guy like Xavier Worthy from Texas.
Worthy. Yeah. Xavier Worthy.
You know who I think of when I see him? Tyreek Hill.
Tyreek Hill.
Yep. That's exactly what they could do here. They could go Keon Coleman. They could go Xavier Worthy. Adonai Mitchell. You could go in that direction. But this is the reason why the Chiefs are trading up here. Make no mistake. They're not drafting a quarterback. They're drafting a wide receiver to try to go for 3 in a row Super Bowls, which has been amazing in itself. Of course, the Bucs being the team that has stopped him in the last 5 years from getting another Super Bowl win in dominating fashion, if you will, 31-9, with the only touchdown coming when they touched down at Tampa International Airport. Yes.
Peter, I like that. That's pretty good.
Thank you very much, my friend. I'm learning from the best. So, okay. All right, my friend. We'll get you out of here if you want to get
let's hang on to the Chiefs pick, and then
let's see what the Chiefs do. The draft is almost over. The chicken wings, they are cold. They can be warmed up. It's going to be late. Pray for me, because I do have some acid reflux problems, but I'm going to take my chances, and I'll probably have some leftovers tomorrow. But guys, I got to tell you something, okay? Leo, big part of this 8-year anniversary. Love you guys for that. We have built this show on the lifeblood of the fans. You guys tuning into this is the reason why we are here, and we're doing what we do for over 3.5 hours. Let's go out to Curtis. Curtis, your thoughts. Graham Barton, first-round pick for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, center, guard, most likely will play center. You got to like that, right?
What did I tell you? What did me and Harry tell you a couple days ago?
You did? Well, listen, man, I will contend to this. I don't hate the pick. I just thought if there's an edge rusher on the board, you could go with them. But at that point, you didn't have an edge rusher.
Just tell me, did you cry when Charles Robinson went off the board?
No, I didn't cry. I mean, I was surprised, but then again, I wasn't, because he ran that 4.4. I think you could have. I wanted Jared Verse to tell you the truth at 19.
I know you did. I
did.
know you did.
But that's all right. I mean, you trust in Light and you trust in the Bucs. They know what they're doing. They'll figure it out.
Who else do we got on the phone with us?
Oh, we got Leo Haggerty. Leo, say hi to Leo.
Leo, what's up, brother?
Hanging in there. I'll tell you what, I'm on fumes though.
He's a trooper, man.
Yeah, I know. What I want to ask both of y'all.
Yeah.
Biggest surprise pick of the draft.
Michael Penix Jr. and
Michael Penix going to Atlanta.
Yeah, I mean, and Leo said it. He could go top 10. I didn't think Atlanta was going to be the team. I thought there would be a team that would trade up. The Raiders, Denver, possibly Minnesota. But for Atlanta to do it, I understand it. But then again, you could have gone several different directions. And it's a typical Falcons pick. You got a quarterback that's coming off an injury. You could have, I feel like a Mel Kiper. You got to address the other positions, right? But this is the reason why you're the Falcons and you're not making the playoffs, because you didn't address the offensive line. You didn't address pass rush, but Penix Jr. may definitely turn out to be the best quarterback in
their board, Peter.
Yep.
That's the key.
Yep. Lloyd, thanks a lot for tuning in here. Appreciate you. Always welcome.
Oh, yeah.
Go friend me there at Peter H. Blake. We're on WATB Sports tonight. Shared it to my page, so appreciate you guys tuning in here as we are kind of wrapping up this night. Want to see where Kansas City is going to go, and then I'm going to go and get some chicken wings.
Peter, by the way, I don't know if you saw that last graphic that came up. The Chiefs led the league in drops by wide receivers. 29.
Yes, still winning the Super Bowl with getting rid of Valdez-Scantling, and of course Rice having some criminal problems here in the offseason. It would certainly make sense you go wide receiver. Do you go Keon Coleman? Do you go Xavier Worthy? Seems like that's going to be the guy.
You take the fastest guy in the draft, Peter.
Worthy.
Who was the kid from UCLA that had spinal neck fusion surgery?
Latu.
He went early. Latu.
Yeah, he went to Indianapolis at 15.
Listen, I think he was the steal of the draft.
He may have been.
Him and Turner going to Minnesota.
Yeah.
At 19. Because I thought Turner was a top 10 pick.
I want to answer this question by game on. Can someone tell me why Jason Light didn't take JPJ, a proven center, and get a guy to move him to a different position? I can tell you why. Because there were health concerns out there about concussions, about hamstring, about hip. And Barton is so versatile. He can play guard. He can play center. Most likely, he's going to play center.
He started center at freshman.
Yeah. Yes.
He's been playing the position for what, 4 years?
Yes. Absolutely.
Here's the thing, and I'm sorry, Leo. I love you, brother. I ain't trying to cut you off. It's just like college basketball now.
Yeah.
These one and done, two and done players, they are going to these NBA and NFL teams, and they're not as successful as they used to be.
Agree.
So a lot of these NBA and NFL teams now are taking these seasoned players who, guess what? Even if they don't become superstars, they become good role players on teams, and you pay them as such.
Yeah.
So it's not the sexiest pick in the world, but if you're a football fan, you understand the pick.
I agree. I definitely, and I like the pick. Don't get me wrong. Like people saying you didn't like the interior offensive alignment.
No, I love the pick. I love the pick.
It's
a football pick.
Right. It's a football pick. It's the right pick to make, especially if the value is there, which
Peter, there you go. There's your pick.
Xavier Worthy. There you go. And
they got their Tariq back.
Boy, oh boy, they become more and more dangerous every year. There you go, Xavier Worthy.
Yeah, we're gonna see how long Donovan Smith holds up on that left side over there.
He's still a human turnstile, even though he's a 2-time Super Bowl champion. I don't care what anybody says. He's getting away with murder like OJ is, and except it's in Kansas City at this point.
Oh, that sounds like a disgruntled fan there, Peter.
I'm telling you, watch the tape.
That's a disgruntled fan there.
Holding so hard here. Cowboys are on the clock.
Wow, 4-2-1.
Is this the last pick?
Well, you got a couple.
No, they got Baltimore and San Francisco.
Yeah, Dallas is in here, so let's see what Dallas go. Do they go with Jackson Powers Johnson? They go with the Kool-Aid here. Anybody Kool-Aid?
Yeah, Peter, I'm going for the Kool-Aid. Sayonara, guys.
Sayonara, Leo. See you later. By right there, Curtis. Go ahead.
I hope they pick a kicker.
Well, I tell you what, Xavier Worthy. I mean, does he not look like Tyreek Hill? A little bit taller version, but 4'2". Jeez. Yeah. I mean, the rich get richer. I mean, thanks a lot. Whomever traded. Oh, it was the Buffalo Bills. Great job, Buffalo. Way to give it up. Way to give it up, Buffalo.
Yep.
Because you're gonna have to deal with that.
And don't they need a receiver?
Well, they do, but obviously they got an extra pick out of it.
They lost their number 1 receiver and their number 2 receiver in the offseason, and you don't draft the receiver? What?
Well, they got an extra pick, and I think they're going to go for and the little girl is dancing. She's happy because they're going to the Super Bowl champion Kansas City Chiefs and Patrick Mahomes. How about that? But you're exactly right. And look, you could trade down here if you're the Buffalo Bills. You pick up an extra pick, and you may take a guy like a Keon Coleman. Yep.
I also love the Bears getting Doomsday. Was it a Doomsday?
Yes.
What's his name?
Donzier. Yeah.
Yes. I love that. Yeah. That was a beautiful pick for them.
It was.
It really was. I'm like, ooh, that was crazy.
It was.
Where did Bowers go? I missed that.
Bowers went to the Raiders.
He went to Vegas, didn't he?
He went to Vegas. Yes, he went to the Raiders. Yep, there you go. He went to the Raiders. Yep, pretty good pick by them.
Yeah, well, you know what? I was wrong. I thought there was going to be a massive amount of trades early, but it wasn't.
Well, there was some trades here, but again, it was predominantly it was dominated by quarterbacks, and the surprising pick was 8 there with the Falcons.
And then Bo Nix and JJ. I knew JJ was going to end up in Minnesota.
I knew too.
I didn't know they was going to have to trade up 1 pick for him.
Yeah. Well, I got the first 6 picks right, and then I kept on kind of going there. I missed on Tennessee. I don't know what the hell they're doing. They went with Latham instead of Fashanu. I thought they were going to go there. But yeah,
I don't think anybody saw Penix going to Atlanta.
Stand by for a moment. I got to do something. Hold on.
Do you think?
Dude, you're about home. Start throwing on that.
All right. We are back. All right. Tyler Guyton. That makes lots of sense for the Cowboys. I mentioned that earlier. You got to go in that direction because you lost your left tackle there in a Tyron Smith. Yep. As he goes there. That's a great move. Most likely you'll shift him over to that left tackle spot. He could also play right tackle. Very versatile. Big guy there. So good pick by the Dallas Cowboys. Getting it. They get it there. Good stuff. Curtis, what else?
Oh, man, it's just, you know what? This is just we just had free agency.
Yep.
Now we got the draft, and, you know, all we can say is football is getting closer and closer to us.
That's it.
And I'm going to tell you what the real excitement is going to be. In the next the next coming 2 to 8 weeks.
Yeah.
To see what players are going to be on the streets.
That's very true. And you can and Harry has mentioned that. Harry mentioned that also. There could be definitely, you know, somebody there as an edge rusher that would be surprising.
That's going to be very, very interesting.
Absolutely.
Because, you know, people forget you got these players coming in. You got to make room for them.
You do. You definitely got to make room for them. And Ravens pick is in here at 30. You got 2 more selections. Buffalo made the trade with Kansas City.
What does Baltimore need? Another receiver?
I don't know if they need another wide receiver there. They're pretty good with Zay Flowers coming in and doing what he did.
Yeah, but he's the only one, though.
You could go with corner. You could go with Kool-Aid here. Could you go with Kool-Aid?
Yeah, you could go with Kool-Aid.
Yeah, go with Kool-Aid.
You could go. I could see them taking another receiver sometime in the draft.
You could go Johnny Newton, defensive tackle. Maybe that works for you.
Well, that's you know that's always right up their alley right there.
That's it.
That's always
exactly.
And they lost Patrick McQueen this year.
There you go.
To the Steelers.
So maybe you go with edge. Maybe you go with an edge rusher here. I don't. the edge kind of falls off a little bit. There are some players there in the second, but I like Graham Barton. I like the move. I love it. I'm thrilled with it.
Listen. Let me tell you something.
Yeah,
Tristan Wirfs. Who's playing left guard this year?
Most likely it's going to be either Bretterson or it's going to be Hansey, and you go with Barton to play in the center position. You have an upgrade, and you have versatility.
You got Mock next to him.
Yep.
And then you also have somebody
Gadecki
on the right. Exactly.
Yeah.
Good offensive line.
Yes.
Way better than it was last year.
Absolutely. I definitely
way
think
better.
You could definitely make that. You can make that case. Absolutely can make that. Yes.
Way better.
Yes.
So hey, we're gonna definitely I'm excited.
I'm excited too, and we'll see, what they do here tomorrow night with the second and the third round, as they have 2 third-round selections. So maybe you address the defense.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, because you made the trade for Carlton Davis, and you could always move back into the second round with one of those.
Yeah, I was going to say
thirds.
you could trade. You could potentially trade both of those thirds and get back up high in the second.
Yeah, you could just trade one of those thirds to get back in the second if you wanted to. You could definitely do that. There's definitely moves that could be made, and you just trust in Jason Light and this organization because they got it right. They got it right tonight. That was the best player on the board, bar none, in my opinion. I think he's better than Jackson Powers Johnson. I know they loved him, but Barton, clean option there, no injury history, very versatile, very what the Bucs want to do. They want that versatility with their linemen, and they're going to get that. And I know he's listed as a center, and I think he'll play the center position, but maybe they go with guard. Maybe I still think Hansey goes to that left guard spot, and you have a nice little competition there with Bretterson and Opeta. And then also you go with Barton at the center position and anchoring that line. So the Ravens are on the board. The pick is in. So we shall see what they do. What are your predictions here for the Ravens? What are they going to be doing?
They're going to always take defense. I don't care.
Yeah.
I feel like they always take defense in the first round.
Yeah.
Always.
Let's see. Call you about the Buccaneer pick. You can if you like to. 727-255. 0391 at 727-255-0391. Curtis is on the line with us. We may go 4 hours here if we end this draft. I would like to get off here and eat some wings, but we'll wait till the draft is over, and I'll take my chances with that. Again, pray for me because I do have some Nate Wiggins out of Clemson. I like the move there for the Baltimore Ravens. So Nate Wiggins, very excited about going to the Baltimore Ravens. Of course, in the AFC Championship game, tell you right now, Lamar Jackson had a hell of a run. Besides that game, they're trying to beef up that defense. And look, Kansas City, they drafted Xavier Worthy. What do? You get a defender like Nate Wiggins, highly athletic, can play nickel, can do a lot of things there. They're showing him against Johnny Wilson, who's also in this draft, 6'6" guy. Not the fastest, but boy, Wiggins can cover a lot of ground, make up a lot of ground. And you play in the slot, also has the speed. So Dave says, let Pete eat. We'll go ahead and stay on, Dave. I appreciate you here. Again, just pray for me because I got that acid reflux going on. So I don't know how great the wings are going to be later, but I know that I'm freaking hungry. So
where are you getting wings from?
I don't know where we got wings from. We got it about 3 hours ago at the start of the draft. They just put it on the table, and I didn't touch it because I've been on here flapping my jaws the whole time.
Oh man, we're gonna flap some more jaws on wings.
I'm telling you, man, we're all about wings on this show. Sean, the sports don, used to say that. We got 2 more picks to go. San Francisco on the board.
What does San Fran really need?
Do you address the wide receiving position? And the reason why I say that is there were rumors today that Deebo Samuel could be on the trading block. There were rumors today. Brandon Ayuk. So could you go, again, I mentioned the name, Keon Coleman. Do you go in that direction? I think Buffalo may go with him if he's still on the board. But San Francisco, wow, you could go Kool-Aid.
You can go all over the place.
You can go all over the place. This team, though, is stacked. So a couple positions you could definitely address, wide receiver or corner for San Francisco. Agree with that. Adonai Mitchell from Texas. That may be a guy. Yes.
You know what? I'm gonna say this, and I want everybody out here that's listening to Peter to understand this. This draft is more than just these players going to new teams. You get to watch these people and their families who have some of these people have gone through some of the roughest things in their life.
Yeah.
To help these kids get to where they are.
Mm-hmm.
And you can see the excitement and the pain and stuff in some of these parents' face, man. I'm a parent.
Right.
And my son, I go through a lot with him with football. A lot.
Sure. And
like I tell him, dad is not rich, but dad is going to do everything I can to help you fulfill your dream.
That's it.
And I you can see the tears in these kids' faces and the tears in their parents' faces because all the sacrifices that they have made to get to where they are. And for me, I tip my hat to the kids and I tip my hat to the parents because we don't know what these people have been through to get where they are.
Right.
We really don't. And it's a journey. It's really, really a journey.
Well, and Rick Danford on Instagram Live there says, love the pick. I don't see how you couldn't love the pick. I love the pick.
Right.
Don't get me wrong. Like, I wanted an edge rusher, but if an edge rusher isn't on the board, you don't reach for that. You go with the best player on the board. You go for a need, and you get the best center in the draft, and you also, get a guy that has versatility, and then you can't hate it.
Who picked after us?
Arizona.
Arizona traded up and got the Alabama corner.
No, Arizona got the defensive tackle / defensive end there in Robinson, I believe, from Missouri.
Oh, okay. Yes, absolutely right.
Yes.
That's right.
Yeah. So yes.
Yeah, we don't need any more defense tackles. We gotta. I think we have.
You could go Johnny Newton if you're 49ers here. Could you go Johnny Newton here? He's still on the board. A lot of people talking about him in that situation of being one of the best defensive tackles. Of course, Byron Murphy II went earlier there, and I'm trying to think of where he went to. I believe he went to Seattle. So he went to Seattle at 16.
And I was watching when the kid from Florida State got drafted to where'd he go?
Oh, the Rams at 19. Yes.
Yes. Now listen, let me tell you something.
Yeah.
That kid's got a hell of a story himself before he got to Florida State.
Sure. Absolutely.
Yeah.
At
and
Albany.
That would have been a nice pick.
Yeah.
That would have been a nice pick for us.
Yeah.
Because and I hate to be the guy, but I'm gonna say it. I'm not sold on Joe Tryon.
Well, right now it's looking like Randy Gregory and it's looking like Joe Tryon Shayenka, but of course, they could address it in the later rounds, and then they could also go in free agency in the second wave of free agency if there is a veteran cut. But there's certainly a possibility. And once again, it's easy to say for me, you just trust in Jason Light and the organization because they know what's best.
I mean, Jason Light has made mistakes, but who the hell hasn't? I mean, come on.
Right. Well, I don't think Graham Barton is a mistake. I love this pick.
No.
I really do.
Hell no. Dude, him, Cody Mock, Tristan Wirfs, Gedeke, all these guys are football players.
Yes.
Football players. Yeah. These guys aren't just some guy who was a combine warrior and he bench pressed the most and he jumped the highest and then he becomes Jamarcus Russell, and he'd be like, "Oh God, Jesus."
Yeah." I'm looking at what San Francisco did. You get Leonard Floyd, you get Malik Collins as an offensive. I mean, you could go Newton here as a defensive tackle, and I wouldn't be surprised because this is John Lynch's forte. You could also go Cooper DeJean. So
and they lost Chase Young too.
Possibly Edrin Cooper as a rush. So stand by here. Alex, call back. We're going to finish up this pick with Curtis, and then we will talk to you, Alex. Stand by. Who is it going to be the pick for the 49ers? Is it Kool-Aid? Is it Cooper DeJean?
I mean, you know what? I like Kool-Aid.
I like Kool-Aid too. What kind of Kool-Aid do you like?
I like the – hold on.
All right, Ricky. Wow, that's kind of surprising. So Ricky Pearsall from Florida, they go with that. So we've heard that the trade block could be open for Deebo Samuel. We've also heard the trade block could be open for Brandon Ayuk. So Ricky from the Florida Gators goes first round. Yes.
And you know what? Where could you see one of those guys going?
Well, I thought Ayuk could go to Pittsburgh. That's been talked about. Deebo Samuel, I'm kind of surprised by that. I'll believe it when I see it because there was talk of him being on the trade block a couple of years ago, and he didn't go anywhere.
I can see one of them going to the Chargers.
What is our draft number for number 2, day 2 here? So let me go ahead and check.
I think it's 40. I think it's either 47 or 57.
I believe it is 54.
54. Levante David.
Yeah, there you go. You got to love it. And Ric Flair tomorrow. Announcing the pick. William Golston also announcing the pick. So that's also a good thing here. Let me go ahead and check really quick as we're doing producing on air here. It is, 57. So 57, second round. So we'll be back for that. And then round 3, 89. And then, of course, 92. So, again, 57, 89, and 92.
I always like to watch the second day picks because you always get those ex-players that come out and they make a scene, and I love it.
Yep.
I was watching the Pat McAfee one today.
Yeah.
When he was talking about the Tennessee Titans.
Jeez. All right, and it looks like Buffalo has traded down again, and the Carolina Panthers are on the clock. Of course, new coach Dave Canales. What are they thinking?
Wide receiver.
I think
Keon Coleman.
Yeah.
Keon Coleman.
Yeah, I definitely think you could do that.
Keon Coleman.
You get a number. Yeah.
He needs something over there.
Yep. I mean, who do you got as a wide receiver there? Is Adam? Well, who's the
Adam
wide
Thielen
receiver?
still there?
Well, let me just check here with the Panthers.
DJ Shark.
Is he still there? Is he
I think
there?
so.
Panthers, Carolina Panthers. Let me just check here because I thought they traded for somebody from Pittsburgh.
Deontay Johnson.
Deontay Johnson, that is correct. So they did trade up, 32nd pick with the Bills. They are on the clock as we speak. So are they going for a wide receiver? They also lost
Burns.
Yeah, they lost Burns. So you could go possibly a Cooper here, maybe.
They re-signed Derek Brown.
Yep. Well,
they need everything.
They have needs. They have needs all over the place.
They need everything.
Let's see here. Dave says, hope Dave blows this pick. We'll see. We'll see what they're doing. Edger and Cooper, maybe. Xavier Legette, wide receiver, South Carolina, right out of their own backyard. You could go with that direction. Now, again, we talked about Keon Coleman.
Possibly.
Yeah.
Possibly.
Keon's still on the board.
They can use an offensive line to protect that goddamn kid.
Kool-Aid McKinstry still on the board as we've been talking about him all night long. The pick is in for Carolina. Right now, terms 32nd overall pick. They get a 6th round in exchange for a 2nd round pick, which the Bills pick up, which is 33. So they move down one slot and they pick up an extra 5th round pick in this year's draft. So, yeah,
not bad at all.
Not bad. I mean, again, where are the Buffalo Bills going to select? I would think they go with wide receiver. We shall see what they do. They're gonna
go home. They're gonna hit the chalkboard early, and they're gonna see the best receiver on the board. That's what they're gonna think.
Yeah. I don't know if we're going to start tomorrow at 7. We may start at 7 tomorrow. We may go a little bit later start because the Bucs are picking at 57. So that's a long day. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes.
I'll be at work tomorrow on my phone watching the draft.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll have you recapped in case the Bucs do trade up, but right now they're sitting at 57, and then again 2 third-round selections, 89 and 92. So
I think 89 and 92 might turn into 40s.
Maybe. Maybe they take one of those picks and trade back up into that second round. Depends on what they're looking at. It takes two. All right, the pick is in for the Carolina Panthers to end this draft and get me
receiver
to some chicken wings here at midnight. So we'll see how this works. Let's see.
Wide receiver.
All right, so let's go wide receiver. I think it's also, but they could chalk you here. Dave Canales, his first pick as the head coach, former offensive coordinator of the Bucs.
Watch him take a running back.
Jeez. Well, that would be Carolina. Let's see here. Philadelphia Eagles. Okay, differently. Okay, Philadelphia Eagles. You like the Philadelphia Eagles, I assume.
Who did they take? Who did they take?
Quinyon Mitchell.
Yes, they did.
They did. Good move. Fills a need. I'm surprised they didn't go line, but they don't go line.
Here we go.
All right, here we go. Carolina on the board. Roger Goodell with the last pick of the first round.
Deion Coleman.
And there you go, right outside his backyard.
Carolina.
Xavier Legette, South Carolina. I like the move. It's a local move there. Big fan of the Philadelphia Eagles. Well, welcome to the Evolution. You can be a big fan of the Philadelphia Eagles on this show. You have to call me sometime and let me know how your team is doing. Of course, acquiring former Tampa Bay Buccaneer Devin White. What do you think about that move? Curtis, I'm going to let you go. I'm going to get out of here
and
wrap
brother,
up this show.
Go eat some wings, brother. Have a good night.
Will do. All right, guys, that's it. Big news of the night, a run on quarterbacks. In fact, 6 quarterbacks selected in the first round. Of course, led off by Caleb Williams, followed by Jaden Daniels. Of course, Drake May there. You had so many J.J. McCarthy, Bo Nix. I'm forgetting a quarterback at this juncture, but 6 quarterbacks tonight. Again, I'll go down the list. Caleb Williams for Chicago, Jaden Daniels with Washington, New England, Drake May. Of course, Arizona goes with Harrison, Chargers, Joe Alt. Giants go with Malik Neighbors. Tennessee goes with an offensive lineman. Atlanta, Michael Penix Jr., the biggest shocker for the night. But once again, he may turn out to be the best quarterback in this draft. We shall see. Let me go out to differently. A.J. Brown, 3 years, Philadelphia Eagles. Absolutely big-time contract. Deserve it. Night, Peter. Catch you tomorrow. Go Bucs. Absolutely go Bucs. Thanks a lot to all the guests tonight. Mr. Harry the Greek, Leo Haggerty, Travis Feely, of course, Roger Shue, and, of course, all the fans. Like and subscribe to the Sports Web on YouTube. Friend me on Facebook at Peter H. Blake. Again, Peter H. Blake. WATB Sports, as StreamYard kind of threw us a curveball tonight, but we were able to hit it out of the park. Guys, I appreciate you. We'll be back tomorrow night. Stay tuned for the evolution of Sports Talk Television and do 3 things. Graham Barton, your number 1 pick for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers center out of Duke at number 26. What do you think? We'll talk more about it tomorrow night here on the Evolution. 3 things. You know them, you love them, you got to have them. Bring your passion. Bring your excitement. Just don't bring any nonsense. I'm your host, Peter Blake, your Rolex reporter. What time is it? It's my time. And for fans of the Sports Web and the Tampa Bay Sports Fan, it's your time. We'll see you tomorrow night on the Evolution of Sports Talk Television. Wish me luck on these wings. And guys, keep on tuning in to the Evolution of Sports Talk Television. See you tomorrow night.